mean, you can work on them all day long if you want.
Are we not doing the intro?
Why? Yeah. Why didn't our intro go? All right, cool. Well,
Welcome. It's Saturday night, which means it's time for Saturday Night Special, the 6th best show on Renovision. With comments such as, "For the love of God, let your friend stay where he's at," SNS, and that channel is a rest area toilet bowl, and you don't need any more stinking up the best comic YouTube show going. And this is an absolute terrible watch. Such douche chills. How about we check in with Jedi Johnson and see if he thinks the boys are ready to start the show?
But I still think we're more prepared than SNS, even with the rush we did on the show.
Well, shit, I hope you boys are ready to bring the mayhem, because an all-new episode of Saturday Night Special starts in 3, 2, 1.
Well, he's clearly here with us in spirit, because we're already off to a great start on this shit show. Started the show off tonight. If you guys didn't hear the news, unfortunately, last Friday night or Friday morning, we did lose Kyle. So, yeah. So we are Kyle-less.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace to a great man, a legendary man. And we trudge forward here. If you guys want to donate to help his wife with funeral expenses and things like that, you can do so through their GoFundMe, or you can message Sam or I on social media, and we'll get you in touch with Nubia, and she can tell you the best way to do that. We won't be collecting any donations or anything like that here. If you want to do that, go directly to the GoFundMe, or reach out to me or Sam, and we can get you in touch with Nubia and hook you up with that. But with that being said, hope you guys are having a great Saturday. I think we got a pretty good show for you this Saturday night. How's it been for you guys this week?
Been a wild week. Wow.
Tyson knows. Tyson says, I wouldn't expect anything less than a shit show.
There you go. Yeah. No, the week's been good.
I was like, dude, what's up with all the dead air? Where are we at?
Yeah, no, it's been good. It's yesterday was a half day for me, so I ended up going in and last minute like I am. I did my taxes, and that's it. Now I owe money.
Oh man, I hate doing taxes.
Yeah.
My daughter's getting ready to move out. She's going at the end of the month. She's moving to Spain. So it's been kind of crazy around here getting her ready for that.
She's going to do missionary, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Whoa, Sticks. Come on.
I know. He knows what I need. Shut quiet over there.
Don't you dare talk about getting ready to move out.
Baby girl like that.
And it's been crazy.
Good for her.
It's our first kid to move out, and we are not real happy about it. It's been pretty stressful for the both of us.
You're on the road to being empty nesters, huh?
Yeah.
1 down, 10 to go.
Well, we had our kids all real close together, so once one of them starts, it's not long before they're all gone.
There you go.
It's only about 10 years difference between the oldest and the youngest, and we'll have another one move out just about every year.
Yep.
So it'll be tough. Anyway.
Could be worse. I could just stay with you forever.
Well, I feel like they'll come back. I feel
like you'd be like my parents that have 3 kids over 20, one almost 30 still living at home with you.
Is that right? You have a sibling still living at home?
My brother is 29, still lives at home. My sister's 25, still lives at home, and then my little sister is 19 and still lives at home.
Wow.
In school?
Nope.
Just hanging out.
Just hanging out.
19's all right, but
it's too expensive to move out.
They don't have any ambitions to go start their own lives, huh?
Nope.
forge their own paths.
Hey, it's a tough world out there.
It certainly is. Certainly is a tough world out there, but it doesn't get less tough if you don't tackle it. Got to get out there.
That's true. That is true.
Cosmic says, stay at home as long as you can, kids.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's different for everybody. Not everybody thinks they can make it.
For a pimp. I like your icon, Tyson. It's perfectly fitting for this channel. It's Marco. It's Marco at a dumpster fire. All right.
It's
well,
fine.
We know
This
how
is
much
fine.
people just absolutely love our banter before the show.
Yeah, we get comments about it every week.
You know, it's a full-on shit show here
anything
tonight.
else?
Just don't talk about comics already. Stop talking about other shit. Talk about comics.
I can't get my other lights to work, so I mean, pretty much in the dark now. This is awesome. My parents came at 17, well deserved. Yeah, I left the house when I was 18, a couple months after high school. So, all right, Sam, what do you got for us on our topic starter this week?
This is the most insane story of all time. Dayton James Weber, the quadruple amputee accused of fatally shooting another man in his car last month while he was driving, apparently got pretty wild with friends when he wasn't training for his next professional cornhole tournament. This guy's a professional cornholer. He has no hands and no feet, no legs below the knee. Like, he's basically the Pillsbury Doughboy with a gun. I want you to go ahead and click on the picture there. And this is some footage of him obtained by TMZ, snorting some suspicious substances upside down with his man boobs drooping in his face. Flips back over. He's got himself a Saturday Night Special rifle there. And he's going to send it out to Marco's house on the lake. So I was like, this is insane. Like, here's a guy, he's a quadruple amputee, and he's out here living his best life. Like, what's holding us back? What is holding us back, really?
We have no room to talk.
We got no room to talk. This guy killed a man while he was driving a car. He has no arms and no legs. And he killed a guy while driving. How does that happen? How does that happen? It's like straight out of a cartoon. This is like Ren and Stimpy shit, dude. Like, I don't get how any of this goes.
Well,
I don't know. Like, when I read the message or saw the headline, I was like, how is this even possible? And then you get the video of him just racking off that gun. I was like,
he has no fingers to pull the triggers, and yet he still does.
He's got like a little thumb. He's got like a little hanging Chad. We'll call it a hanging Chad there.
He's got a little McNubbins. And dude is just with, it's cartoonish. It's the most cartoonish thing I've seen since I went to an amateur wrestling match.
Ed says if they aren't prison tats, they soon will be.
Yeah.
The shooter equals Deathstroke the Terminator.
He's gonna be somebody's Pillsbury Doughboy sex mannequin.
Oh,
he's gonna be somebody's nugget.
He's gonna be somebody's fleshlight in the in the slammer. No, I have a feeling that if anybody tries to,
the Lifetime movie is gonna be epic.
Yeah, right. He's going to be played by Gary Oldman.
That's not going to help his case in court, showing him taking an upside down bump of coke and then going and just firing off at AR.
Your Honor, my client has no hands. How do you expect him to pull the trigger? Prosecutor pulls up this video.
The judge is just going to be like, I'm not even mad. I'm just kind of impressed.
He's like, Like, could I hire him as my security? That's a good idea, Your Honor.
Oh,
When
he's
he's
just like,
when he takes enough drugs, he gets cartoon hands. Tyson says he'll be at the right level to suck off his bunkmate.
hey man, I mean, it just kind of shows that Lieutenant Dan might have been a little bit of a bitch because this guy's making it happen with no arms or legs, and
Yeah.
Lieutenant Dan cried about losing his legs.
Here's the thing, though, Tyson. He'll have to have all his teeth knocked out first because I have a feeling he'd be really toothy.
He's a bit bitey.
He's not going to go down without a fight. He's not
No.
going down without a fight.
I mean, he doesn't have far to go, so he's already short.
He's a bit bitey. I'll be honest with you. When I first saw this, like, whoa, why are we looking at a chick's boobs? And then I was like,
yeah, right. They were hanging pretty low,
yeah.
right?
And then he flips over, and I'm like, oh,
Okay.
all right. Now I
Then
get
you
where
zip
we're
your
at.
pants back up.
Yeah, I shimmied him down. I was like, here we go. And I was like,
Whoa,
oh, wait,
okay. Oh, hang on.
wait, never mind. I got to put it back up now.
Oh, sorry. No, sorry. My bad. What do you think that sticks?
Impressive. Most impressive.
Sticks is so far behind, his pants are still down.
I mean, Sticks.
Stop looking.
Dude needs to link up with Tony Robbins and start changing lives. You could do anything.
You can do anything. You could be a quadruple amputee accused of fatally shooting another man while driving your car.
How old is that kid? 15?
Oh no, he's in his late 20s, I think. Late 20s. But man, this guy he has no quit. He's got no quit in him.
There's no such thing as can't do in that guy's attitude.
That's right. This guy's going to get it done. He's going to get it done. This is who Walter White needed on his team. He didn't need Gus Fring. He needed this guy. He
doesn't need Mike. He doesn't need Mike to be his head of security. He needs the Nugget assassin.
he needs the Patrick Star assassin.
There you go, Patrick Star assassin.
Oh, Patrick.
No, this is Patrick.
Dishing out justice one nub at a time. That's right, Cosmic. No one expects the amputee.
That's right.
That's 100% true.
I see the next Knives Out mystery plot forming already. It's happening.
Knives Out. Yeah. This week on Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, you got Daniel Craig going, I do declare. I don't understand how such a thing is possible.
Dude's probably got a sick AR trigger set up.
like even this picture, you're like, how is it possible? How is he doing this?
Because
he's got the gun squeezed.
They took I wonder if they took off his legs that they amputated, if they took one of his toes off and just surgically sewed it to one of his arm nubs so he could
or they filed down the bone so it stick out a little bit.
So all he has to do is place it in there and then pull it backwards so that it fires.
Doc, whatever you do, please make sure I can still shoot a gun.
I still need my trigger finger.
Take my arms, take my legs. But by God, please let me still shoot a gun. It's my Second Amendment right. Freaking crazy.
Poor bastard.
Hey, whatever your dreams are, you can achieve them.
Don't let your dreams be dreams, right?
If Dayton,
Just
James,
do it.
whoever can do it, you can do it.
Listen, I hate to say it. I hate to say it. There's only one way.
Well, I think at this
could be
point
more-
you've lost all the amputee members.
there's only one way this could be more impressive, right, Sam? There's only one more way this could be more impressive.
He had a 13-inch.
Instead of using his hands, he drops his pants and uses his
13-inch
schlong. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
what if he gets around like he's Tails from Sonic the Hedgehog, but instead of
helicopter dicks and just flies. So he's like this as he flies around.
Little attack drone. He's got a gun and he's spinning it.
There you go.
The potato Punisher. I mean, honestly, Cosmic, at this point, like they should all just be subbing up because of the pure inspiration
That's right.
that Sam is delivering to them.
That's right.
There you go. Yeah.
This is a real story. It's not like I made it up. This is real. This is real life.
Dude, now I just can't get that image out of my head. I would laugh so hard to just see a guy fucking just helicopter dicking around as he's like just whoa, with a little gun just shooting.
It's like upside down.
Off. Yeah. There's a new Avatar idea. Hell yeah, Tyson.
Tyson, can we commission a drawing or Hardman? Can you make it AI? Can AI happen? I don't know.
Oh, dude, yeah, it's got to be moving. You have to have him flying around by the helicopter dome.
Pointing his head like this.
Like Love Sausage from The Boys, just helicoptering around. But if you had no arms or legs,
Head detective,
a human pug.
The Pillsbury assassin. The Pillsbury.
Oh, Cocosaurus Rex.
That's so funny.
Sam's favorite thing.
Well, there you go. Keep the nicknames for.
Oh, I didn't even see Dom in the background. What's up, Dom?
Hey, what's up, gentlemen?
Dom, did you see you had a new competition for Pickle Rick?
No, I
Look at
didn't.
this guy. This guy's a pickle out here shooting and killing people.
Well, I can tell you what. What do you call a guy with no arms and legs by your door?
Matt.
Just
Hey, look at my headline.
oh,
What
Matt
do you call a guy
Russell
with no
Art.
arms and no legs in a tree?
you call what?
Russell.
Russ. Okay. What about an arm and no legs on a barbecue?
What do you call him?
Frank.
It
What do you
is
call
Hank
a guy
Hill's
with
dad.
arms
It
and
is.
no
It's
legs?
Cotton Hill.
What do you call a guy with no
Where
arms
was
and no
that?
legs water skiing?
What?
Skip.
Oh, nice. What about a guy with arms and no legs in a pool?
Do tell.
Bob.
Yay!
I didn't know we were in the bad dad joke power
I don't know.
hour here.
No, I came on at the right time with this guy shooting.
I think this is the point. This to comment is perfect.
Sticks is like 10 minutes behind because we already showed that comment, but no big deal.
I know, but I'm
Sticks.
saying this is the point when where we've lost them.
You know what's funny? I just had
Go ahead.
I just sent a post. I think I sent it to Tyson and a couple other guys. There was a girl. She had no arms, and she did everything with her feet. Put makeup on, got dressed, ate with her feet. She had a job that she's a boss at a job where she and I'm like, anything is possible. You know, it said no joke about that. But the unfortunate thing is that too many jokes out there, and I'm a scumbag. I'm sorry. It has to.
Hey,
She could twist your titties off with those toes, Dom.
Probably can. Yeah, if Joe's around, Joe would definitely take that into consideration. You know.
I don't know. I don't think there would be anything less attractive than watching a woman try to eat spaghetti with her feet.
Wait, roll the clip for Dom. I don't think Dom saw the clip. Click the picture.
Oh no, here we go again.
I'm just gonna show you some of my pictures. Look at this guy. Whoa, boobies, boobies.
Boobies.
Oh, it's just the Pillsbury Doughboy.
Oh, damn.
Not my gumdrop buttons.
You know what's crazy though?
monster.
The crazy thing is that we talk about that we can't do this and can't do that. You got guys that are doing unbelievable things like this, and it's
well, on coke.
Gingerbread man wants revenge for his gumdrop buttons.
Jeez.
Never tell a man he can't achieve his dreams.
Exactly.
Not my gumdrop buttons.
Damn.
Dent.
I know a set of 36 Bs when I see him.
Milk those bad boys, huh?
There you
All right.
go.
Good.
I think we're warmed up.
Excellent.
I think we are thoroughly warmed up. All right. On that note, let's get into a little bit of news. All right. Well, I'm glad Dom's here to start the show with us because we're gonna see if we could be a little bit more entertaining than a certain Sunday night show that talks about this product here. Let me remove this real quick. As much as I love to see his beautiful face, just so we can see. Mandalorian Grogu may have the lowest opening of any Disney era Star Wars movie. The Mandalorian Grogu arrives in theaters next month, but excitement for the Star Wars movie since 2019, The Rise of Skywalker, appears somewhat muted. While The Mandalorian remains one of Disney Plus' most popular series, the marketing campaign for this big screen continuation hasn't exactly hit light speed. Many feel that Disney missed a chance to build hype during the Super Bowl with a promo parodying an old beer/car commercial, and even the trailers have fallen short in the eyes of some fans. There's still time to turn things around, and Star Wars fans will have to show up in May if they want to see more of Din Djarin. I can't ever say his name. And the child. As for regular moviegoers, Lucasfilm needs to put up marketing and hope for glowing reviews. As we first reported on sffsgazette.com, the first box office projections have just landed via Box Office Theory, and it looks like The Mandalorian and Grogu is eyeing a $70 million to $85 million start in the North Americas. If it debuts on the lower side, then it would be the lowest domestic opening weekend in the Disney era for Star Wars.
Okay. You know, it is the lowest movie that was made with the lowest budget out of all the Star Wars movies to begin with. Season 3 didn't go the way it should have. You know, yeah, it had some moments in it, but you know, season 3 wasn't great. And yes, the marketing for this that they were trying to do and put that beer commercial and try to make things hype. But look, if it makes more than Solo, all they want to do is make the money that they made making this movie, or maybe make a little bit over it, and it'd be a success for them. But because Disney's Disney and the way Lucasfilm does things, the marketing campaign to this kind of fell flat. Comes out next month. Yeah, we're getting the teasers and stuff. Trailer is still not the push that it should be, and you know it kind of sucks because there's a lot of possibilities, and look, yes, I'm a big Boba Fett fan. I'm always going to say that. If Boba Fett's not in this, it's going to definitely fail. It is going to fail because here you go. You have something that's actually potential that people do like, and yeah, it's all about Grogu. This movie's for kids with Grogu. That's what it is for. But also it's supposed to have a bigger thing for the overall Star Wars moving forward with Thrawn and everything else into the bigger movie picture. But like I said, I wasn't expecting this movie to make $500 million opening weekend. Hell no. You know, if it makes close to $100 million this week, the weekend when it comes out, that's pretty big success for the budget that it costs to make it. And yeah, that's it. You know,
it's because Star Wars is dead.
Yeah.
We've argued about this on Thursday. Star Wars is dead.
You know, it's not. Look,
they need help.
What Andor brought to the table, and what Maul is bringing to the table. Maul's going to get better. It's just that it's going to be a slow start. They have to start thinking about what the fans want. What came out? What made Star Wars hot to begin with? Like the fan theories, the
incest,
the extended
brothers, sisters making out.
Splinter the Mind's Eye, the low budget sequel to Star Wars that should have been a movie, but no, I'm just like I said, it is what it is. They're going for the casual moviegoer. Hopefully, it kicks in with kids because of Grogu, but at the same time, they got to stop. They have to make it for the people that are still around that made Star Wars what it is, and also bring in new viewers. And that's the only way.
The problem that the strategy has is they're not advertising it that much.
No, they're not.
I'm not seeing any internet presence. I don't watch that much TV, so I don't see any commercials, but kind of reminds me of the marketing they did for John Carter and Lone Ranger back in 2012, where Disney didn't have any faith in those movies. Lone Ranger was kind of a bad movie, but I thought John Carter was a great movie, and they could have marketed it and it would have been really good. And those, I mean, Taylor Kitsch was in John Carter, and he had two kind of box office busts that year, John Carter and then Battleship, that kind of put his career on the skids for sure. But if they would put a little bit more marketing money behind it, I'm sure they could hype it up and it would be great. I mean, or it would give them better returns than what they're doing now. It's kind of like a self-fulfilled prophecy. It's like because they got Kathleen Kennedy headed out, they're just not. They're not doing it. They're just not going to do it.
Well, look, you got to look at it this way. This movie was just put out there quick with Bob Iger. Bob Iger wanted a movie, so he scrapped season 4 that was supposed to come out and said, make a movie. And all right, fine, you're going to make a movie, but you got to stop making movies that look like TV shows. You know, from the trailers, I'm excited. There's some cool stuff in it, but it does look like a extended TV episode.
Well, yeah, it's probably using the scripts they had for that season. You know, in my opinion, for this, it's kind of a litmus test for Disney, because this is going to be the first time one of these straight to Disney Plus shows have gone on to be a movie, or a special appearance, I guess.
Well, the first appearance,
movie, because it's still a part of a TV show. So,
look,
and for what you said, TV shows and movies are kind of that line is kind of blurring now. You know, the production value is almost as good as what you would get for a movie anyway.
See,
in TV,
Disney
in some cases.
failed in many points of what they could have done. Like, certain legacy characters, like the Obi-Wan series. The Obi-Wan series should have had more of a budget to make it better than what it was. You gave it less of a budget. And look, I know that Bob Iger didn't like the TV spots to begin with, but you could still have TV shows, live action TV shows of certain characters that are not in the movie not in the movie franchise, but have not that they're in the movie franchise, but have something that can move the stories forward and have side adventures. It's fun. Right now, I think Lucasfilm is going to aim towards more for animation, which I'm all for. Give me animation. I'll take animation because it's easier to make. It takes a year to make animation. You can make 15 episodes, 16 episodes, whatever you want to do, and you can have an ongoing story that connects to the wider universe. It's sad because, look, I don't want to see this failing. I like The Mandalorian. It was a good concept. It was something that it's fun. And we all know that every Star Wars has an episode, a movie, or whatever it is, deals with family, kids and family and generations of, ancestors moving forward. That's what Star Wars is about. And I understand Matt's point of view, because Matt made a point. He goes, he's tired of seeing everything that the Skywalker saga wants to move forward. Look, growing up loving the original trilogy of the Skywalkers, I always want to see the story. There's 30 years before The Force Awakens. That there's a lot of story that you could tell. You can actually do it in animation. You want to do it in animation? I'll go all for that. If they do it in animation. So there's rumors floating around that Star Wars Celebration there's a new animated series that'll probably come out in 2028. They're talking about Luke's Jedi Academy, and takes place after Return of the Jedi and moves forward. I'm all for that. I've been saying that for the longest time. You missed the mark with putting all three characters together, Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher, and Mark Hamill, for one last time in the movies. Have them in the animated series, Clone Wars style. And look, the animation for Maul is fantastic, and it's going to only get better. So moving forward, you could have animation with them, and it'll still sell toys, it'll still sell merchandise, it'll still sell stuff, because there's a lot of hardcore Luke fans out there that want to see that stuff. Mandalorian, and like I said, They rushed this, and it's unfortunate that this could have been a much better push if they did it right. And there's still rumors that they want to do season 4 of Mandalorian after this, but if this fails, kind of leaves a sour taste in people's mouths if it does fail, because
I think it's more so you're asking too much of people. This started as a Disney Plus show. You had your first 3 seasons on Disney Plus. Now you're asking people that ever since COVID have changed the way they consume media, and now you're asking them to pay a higher price to take a family to a theater when you pay one baseline price to watch it at home to go see Mandalorian and Grogu. So you're asking for a Disney Plus quality show to command a higher price to go to the theater to watch something that you're used to watching from show. There's no originality in Hollywood, to the point where now Hollywood is afraid to take a chance on original products. That's why Hollywood is nothing but remakes and reboots and franchises right now. So not only that, but to go back to what Dom said, you and I had a conversation about Maul. I think Maul is boring. I think that a lot of people right now are being hypnotized by how beautiful the animation is, but the story in the first 2 episodes is just dry as dog shit to me.
But it's got.
But I don't care about Maul. To go back to get Star Wars, you have to give people something they care about. Why can't we give people new characters to care about again? They kind of did that with The Force Awakens a little bit, and people were invested in that. And then they just went and bastardized it by going and pretty much alienating their basic fan base, their original fan base, with The Last Jedi and what they did there. And they didn't help themselves in the Rise of Skywalker. So because they tried to tie it all back into the Skywalker stuff, because they thought, oh, well, this is what's going to do it, is if we make Rey a Skywalker in name, then people will come back and forgive us. And that's not what happened.
Well, you see, what the whole thing is, look, you want to do new characters. They did the Acolyte, and they did a terrible job with the
look at Mando. Mando took off, and it was pretty much new characters. It was set years after Return of the Jedi.
5 years of Return of the Jedi.
It's new characters, and they incorporated Cad Bane into it, which was really only known to people who watched, Rebels and things like that, and
Clone Wars,
and now you've got Thrawn, which is not a lot of people are familiar with that unless you read the books or watched some of the cartoon shows. So they're slowly doing that, but you've got characters out there like Star Killer that I feel like could be a massive.
I love Star Killer
draw.
And
Cal, what's it? Cal
Whitworth said he wants to be a Star Killer again. He said he'll shave his head in an instant.
Yeah, what's it? Cal Cabasas or whatever his name is. Cal Cassis out there. So I just think that Star Wars is they're spending too much time in the Skywalker saga, too much time in this era of the Empire, because you could go back to the earlier stuff before Vader, before everything that we saw, and do that era. You could go further on with brand new characters. I'm interested to see what they do with the water world. It's not
the water world. It's just that it's on a boat, a freaking starfighter, and because freaking Mark Hussein water world every time it comes on, it's just a picture. They got to show more pictures of that coming soon. But look, to get back to the
Fall of Mandalore, I don't need to see a movie. I don't need to hear about the stuff that happened, in the first movie, the original Star Wars movie, A New Hope, and then watch, why am I blanking on the name of the movie? Rogue One.
Yeah.
And then watch a whole series about Andor. And when you already know he dies.
Well, you know that Maul dies too. It's just that the fact is so much story. Like I said, this story that they're trying to fill in blanks. I understand you're part of it, Matt, but there's just people just love certain aspects. Look, there's a different fan base for each part of Star Wars. The original trilogy, the prequel trilogy, and the sequel trilogy. And believe it or not, there's a lot of fans out there that like the sequel trilogy. a lot of new fans, a lot of new people jumped on that and went back to watching the old stuff. You know, unfortunately, the sequel trilogy didn't do it for me. Yes, it had a little bit of a nostalgia in it, this and that. You had Luke, you had Han in it, Leia was in it. It had that, it did the friggin' pull the strings a little bit, but it wasn't good story-wise. And even Lucas came out and said the story it was flat. The Acolyte, and going to Kevin, what Kevin said, you know, they talk about Star Wars isn't leading with no black and no gay or lesbian characters. I have no problem with that. Just give me a good story. You know, it's about story moving forward, and people just want to put out Star Wars is going to sell. No, you need something good, and that's why Andor is the best written story that Star Wars has, the most complex, spy-driven, more adult-oriented Star Wars. I know Star Wars is for kids, but that whole intrigue, spy espionage type of stuff, that stuff was awesome.
But who does Andor appeal to, Dom? Does Andor appeal to the hardcore Star Wars fan, or does Andor appeal to the newcomer who's just getting into Star Wars? You know, because they have to bring in they can't rely on old heads that were there in the 70s and 80s for the original movies. They have to bring in a new audience. And I feel like they've kind of done that with Mando Grogu, but they're having a hard time maintaining, because now they're trying to appeal to the people who grew up, who are in their late 20s, early 30s, that grew up on Clone Wars and Rebels, things like that. Mm-hmm. So like they have to bring in that younger crowd and get a new crop of fans and keep growing Star Wars. And I feel like they're just not doing that.
Well, the sad thing is that the casual fan watches the movies. They didn't even watch the TV shows. They didn't even watch the animation. Just watch the movies. So they have no clue certain things that are happening, you know. And for a new fan to come in, there's a lot of history now to watch. New people that are watching stuff don't have the mind capacity to sit there and watch all these things. You know, there's just too much stuff out there. You know, see, another
7
problem,
years of Clone Wars and 4 years of Rebels.
Another problem with Disney is that when they have a show or something coming out, they don't promote something where that led into this. You know, when the Ahsoka came out, everybody's like, Ahsoka, this and that. They did not show when Ahsoka came and when she was in animation form.
I wish they would show Ahsoka come. I would definitely be back into Star Wars then.
Nice big laser sword taking the.
Because we're fucking Rosario Dawson. Take my money now.
Oh yeah, but I'm saying that the whole fact is that they don't promote what leads into something new. And with Ahsoka, you had the Mortis gods, you had all these different aspects of what came before from the Clone Wars cartoon, and they didn't promote it. And for the Rise of Skywalker, you know, they go back to the Emperor, they brought him back, all these things. They made Rey a Skywalker. The original script was the son of Mortis was supposed to be the bad guy in the Rise of Skywalker, but Kathleen Kennedy didn't want that. Oh, we need some familiarity. We need the Emperor to come back. And they brought the Emperor back because they didn't want to have a brand new bad guy. Meanwhile, the son of Mortis was in that arc in Clone Wars where he was the balance. Because you have the father, the daughter, and the son that balance the dark side and the light side. And that was going to be the bad guy leading into the Rise of Skywalker. But they didn't want that. They wanted familiarity. And that's why the Emperor came back and kind of tarnished Vader's redemption for killing the Emperor and bringing him back. So kind of, they just don't have they just didn't know. Meanwhile, Kathleen Kennedy turned around. Oh, we have no resources to making stories. You got a whole extended universe, novels and books that are out there that you could take aspects from. Another thing, they don't want to pay the people who wrote that stuff. You know, so there's just so much that they could have done and they didn't do. Yeah. That's the problem we're in now. But Grogu and Mando, you know, it'll make money. I say it's going to make about maybe $400 million. I don't see it making over $500 million. You know, I could see that people will see it. The kids like Grogu. He's funny.
Is that just North American, or are you talking about domestic?
You know what? Believe it or not, China, if they sent it to China, they'll probably make money in China because there's a lot of people over there that like Star Wars in China.
I mean, I think you're being really generous. $400 million is not. Listen,
freaking the solo Star Wars story, which I thought was way better than the sequel trilogy.
I don't
That
even think
movie
you're
only made
breaking
280
90.
mil because it wasn't promoted right, and it
90
came out
million.
after
It'll break
the
90.
Last Jedi that had all those issues.
Oh.
People boycotted it, but I don't know. We'll see. I say $400 million. That's more money they made. It is almost double of what they made the movie from. The $290 million that they 400 plus whatever it is.
All right, we'll see, but I mean, I'm not impressed by the first trailer they gave us or the Super Bowl ad. I don't know why they're not pushing this. Why they're not, you're getting absolutely no promotion for this whatsoever. But here's the thing. Here's what I think they're going to do. I think they're going to attach the Avengers Doomsday trailer to this movie. So they're going to try and hope that people go see it just to watch the Doomsday trailer.
Yep, probably.
And that's what they're going to push with, is that they're going to
or
hope
the
that
second trailer of the Spider-Man.
or the second trailer to Spider-Man, will be attached to this, and they're going to hope that they're going to get the same kind of return on investment they did attaching it to Avatar, the first the teasers for Doomsday to Avatar. I think they're hoping for that to return to drive people to go see Mando Grogu.
Well, I'm gonna say this: I wanted to do good. I wanted to succeed, because I love Star Wars, and it sucks. We gotta understand one thing too. Like you said before too, it's not
because we give them a chance to talk and just don't call him an idiot, Tyson. That's why.
Hey, thanks. I just look at the fact that it's just I want to see. It's not made. A lot of the stuff is not made for us anymore. The people who grew up with it, they're trying to bring new people in, and we have to understand that too. I understand it, and I do get pissed off because there's things I want to see, and it's but it is what it is. I'm not gonna
I'll help you out a little bit here, Dom. You're talking about Solo. Solo is the lowest grossing of the Star Wars films. All right, domestically, it only made $213 million. Worldwide, it only made $392 million. So this has got to do as good.
Yeah,
this got to do as good, if not better, to continue and be good.
Well, look, some saying if this doesn't do good, it's gonna put a damper on the Dave Filoni's Thrawn trilogy type of story that we want to do. But hey, look,
I don't think it will.
Look,
because people like Thrawn. I think Thrawn
the Empire is definitely a classic that I love, and if you don't have Luke and Leia in that, I don't think it's going to do what the original books did. I want the story from the original books. I don't want a new version where Luke, Han, and Leia aren't the main focal points in it. That's what I want to see if they make that trilogy.
Afra is coming.
Afra. Listen, you know what, Cosmic? That's another one they dropped the ball on. You have Dr. Afra, which is a great character. And you know what's funny? How Disney does represent the gay and lesbian community. Afra is a lesbian. And you can bring her in, and you would have a lot of the females that would latch onto that character. Because I think she's a fantastic character, and I want to see her in live action or animation. I want to see her come to the screen, one way or the other.
I bet you do, Dumb. All right. X-Men Marvel rumored to be looking at Odessa A'Zion to play Rogue and Peter Claffey for Beast. We're still waiting for an official casting announcement for Marvel Studios' X-Men reboot. San Diego Comic-Con seems likely. But there have been a lot of rumors doing the rounds over the past few months. Casting is now believed to be underway. However, and then a couple of very interesting names were mentioned during last night's episode of the Hot Mic podcast. According to Jeff Snyder, Marvel is looking at Odessa A'Zion to play Rogue and Peter Claffey to take on the role of Beast. A'Zion can currently be seen in HBO's I Love LA and also appearing in the likes of Marty Supreme, which is a really good movie, and the Hellraiser reboot. And Until Dawn, Claffey was best known for playing Sir Duncan the Tall in A Knight's Tale of the Seven Kingdoms. Snyder stresses that he has only heard that the studio is interested in it, A'Zion and Claffey, for these characters. And as far as he knows, neither actor is actually in talks. The Insider has also heard that Sean Levy's new Deadpool movie with Ryan Reynolds and most likely Hugh Jackman will be the next MCU feature to enter the production after Avengers Secret Wars, which could mean that we will be waiting quite a bit longer to see Marvel's merry band of mutants assemble on the big screen.
Okay, you called him Clefairy.
Yep, I did. Clefairy.
Clefairy.
Oh, Seth, you're right, man. You're right. You're right.
Hey, Sarah.
That's true.
Who's
It is true. You know what? Actually, I wouldn't mind her playing Rogue. She has the look, and she's got the acting chops. I wouldn't mind her. How old is she? Was she in the 20s? Is she like? Okay, I know they're trying to get the X-Men young, in their mid to late.
Yeah, they're
think
trying
in
to,
the 20s.
from what I've heard, they're trying to go main team. So you're talking Cyclops, Jean Grey, Iceman, Beast, and Angel.
Okay.
But there's also a lot of speculation that they might be pulling a lot from I don't think it's Brian. Was it Brian Michael Bendis' run?
Which
From
one
the all new X-Men.
Is it not astonishing? Not astonishing.
No. I think it's the all new where they're younger and then they're pulled from the past into present. So that you've got two teams of X-Men there. That's what I've heard a lot of how Sadie Sink's Jean Grey is going to fit into it too. But
that's true. You know what? Like I said, we already know that Sadie Sink is Jean Grey. That's
we know that.
That they said that she's going to be playing a younger Jean Grey. That's come.
Who's that?
All the top people, the people who are all the writers.
It's pretty much like the worst kept secret right now around that
she's pulled from another one of the multiverses that she came in from the multiverse. So basically, she's had a 5-picture deal too. So I don't think she's gonna be playing with that. What's the thing that she was going to play, that the creature, the wasp creature, what is it, Sath?
The Spider Queen.
Spider Queen, yeah, she's not going to be playing that. And she's not going to be playing Typhoid Mary, because they were saying that she could be playing Typhoid Mary, which, why would you have, well, I can't say I have a Daredevil character in the Spider-Man movie, but listen, all I know is that Brand New Day seems to have 100 characters in it. There's going to be so much going on, and the story
like too much.
Plot, I don't know what's going on. Like I was telling Matt the other day, I said apparently there's a freaking Tombstone is going to show a picture of Kraven the Hunter by Carl Urban is going to be playing Kraven the Hunter on a picture. So I guess the MCU's Kraven the Hunter is Carl Urban. I don't know how many more characters they can introduce in this and what's going on until we actually see the movie. But,
well, there's a lot of speculation that she's going to be battling Pryor as well. That's another one that's getting thrown around.
Yep.
There's people talking out there that they think that she might be already possessed by the Phoenix Force, and it's the Phoenix Force that's doing this. And when they run into Xavier, he suppresses the Phoenix Force, and that's why.
Well, didn't they say the Goblin Queen? The
Goblin Queen, but it's pretty much that they're gonna start sprinkling in the X-Men, and she's gonna be Jean Grey.
And you know what?
She signed a 5-picture deal, so there's no way she's signing a 5-picture deal as a villain.
Exactly. And another thing too is I kind of like this because I love the Spider-Man 90 series and the X-Men back in the 90s, and I'm all hyped for the X-Men 97 that's coming out this year towards the end of the year. But I'm looking forward because it's like a live action 90s cartoon. What they're doing with all these characters and basically basing it off it, because they had the mutant saga in Spider-Man too, in the Spider-Man cartoon. So it's pretty cool. Now the execution, is there too much are they putting into this movie that's going to turn fans off, saying there's like so much going on that fans aren't going to be like understand the story, or the marketing, the way they're doing things, that the fans, look, I'm hyped. But I don't know if anybody else is hyped as I am. Because
I'm super excited for a Brand New Day, but I think the internet is overhyping itself. I think we're overhyping this train, and then there's going to be a lot of backlash and a lot of people leaving negative reviews and being really upset about this movie because they overhyped it. Like some of the other Marvel stuff that's come out recently, that's going to be really, really, really overhyped. And I've hearing weird like there's weird theories going on about, like, I heard the latest one I heard is that this movie actually takes place after Doomsday, after Doctor Doom has already created everything, and this is like a fever dream that Peter's having as he's asleep on the Ark.
Yep, I heard that.
And I'm like, man, that
I hope not.
I hope not either, because that kind of ruins everything.
Also, they keep saying that the symbiote is going to be a big part of it. That he's not going to turn to Man Spider. It's a symbiote in his body.
That's what I think. I think it's the symbiote. I think it's the symbiote repressed. And when you see him coming out of the cocoon, because I think a lot of people are speculating on the other series. That's why you're seeing those books skyrocket. I don't think that's the case, man. I think Marvel's going to have to lean really heavy into body horror to do the Man Spider storyline. And I think the Man Spider storyline would turn the casual non-comic book fan off, and they would lose.
But they did have it in the 90s cartoon.
Yeah, I know. If they do like the 4 arms or the additional arms and stuff, that's one thing. But to full on do the Man Spider, I think that's going to turn a lot of people off, and they're going to be like, oh, they just jumped the shark.
Well, apparently, I'm hearing about the rumors that Spider-Man dies at the end of this movie, and the symbiote brings him back to life. It's how cool would it be to have all the covers that they were showing, like all the different covers that came out. Spider-Man have him coming out of the grave, like from the Kraven Last Hunt. The picture of the was it Spectacular Spider-Man or was it Amazing Spider-Man?
Yeah, I think it's Spectacular. I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
The one that's constantly being homaged.
Yes. So apparently they're talking about if that happens. But hey, look, I know they're keeping it secret. There's a lot going on. It doesn't make sense. Like you're hearing voices. It could be Keith David. It could be him as the Jackal. Look at another villain, the Jackal.
I think he is. I think it is Keith David. His voice is so distinct. Like
I know, but also what's his name who plays Tombstone has a deep voice too.
Yeah,
he has a deep voice, and the dude from Severance, he who plays the head of the damage control, he has a deep voice too. So who knows? Like I said, but it does sound like Keith David because he has that iconic voice that you heard from Spawn, and you also heard from. He also played the voice of Goliath in right. He played the voice of Goliath in the 90s cartoon.
Gargoyles.
Yeah.
Gargoyles. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
That's what I think. I think it's the symbiote. I think the symbiote is going to attach to him and internal, and you see him when, because if you remember, like the animated series and all that, even they did it in Spider-Man 3 when the symbiote finally takes him over, he wakes up hanging upside down from the building wearing the suit. And I think that might be what it is the symbiote implanted itself. And like I've heard one of the leading plot threads is that from leaks is that there's going to be a virus that's sent around like Spider Island, and Peter's infected with it, and I think the symbiote attaches to him, and that's the symbiote fixes him, it rewrites his DNA, and in doing so that's how he gets the upgrades of the internal webbing and all that, and the symbiote doesn't show itself and attach to him until I think it's going to do it to like protect him when Doom creates Battleworld.
Hey, Batman, listen, the rumors are all over the place. When you look on the net, they're all over the place, and that's where I get a lot of the rumors from. Also, a lot of speculation too. Hopefully, things do work out. And yeah, Cosmic, if you let me cook, I do know some things more other than Star Wars and other things and things that I do enjoy. I get to
spider herpes.
Talk about. Also they're talking about, like you were talking about the fever dream with Peter, that we're talking about that a multiverse version, like the multiverse of what's going on with Spider-Man. Like you said, he wakes up, it's a dream, but also a multiverse parallel. He wakes up in a different parallel to the 616. And
I hope not, because if the rumors are true about how Secret Wars opens up, shut up and take my money now, man.
I know. Tell me. I'm all for it. Oh, no, one more thing before we move on. I'm sorry. I know Sam is like bored with this. I'm sorry, but
no, go after
it. The Sadie Sink thing, where if she's playing Jean Grey, is she mind controlling the Punisher for watching her? Because it's kind of a weird thing because he's supposed to be like her guardian watching her. And I don't know, like the way they're putting it out there, it's kind of like odd. Like, is she like controlling the Punisher, the Protector, or something? Like, we don't know because there's a lot of rumors circulating that he's watching over her, and that's why the Punisher's in it, just trying to keep an eye on her and protect her.
I think Damage Control is trying to use her.
Yeah.
And I think she's going to be a big key because if you think back to the Secret Wars stuff, Hickman's Secret Wars stuff, you're going to get, there's got to be somebody there that remembers. And I think Jean's going to be the key to helping people remember the world before Doctor Doom remakes everything. Yeah. And I think she's also going to be the key to why eventually in Brand New Day, Mary Jane's going to remember, or Michelle Watson Jones remembers who he is and stuff like that, which I think will potentially drive Ned to becoming the Hobgoblin like everybody wants. Although I still think they should have Kingsley be the first Hobgoblin, but
well, listen, I wanted the Hobgoblin because I know that Ned, they're talking about that we might be getting a Hobgoblin Easter egg of another like a I'm all for it. I'm a Hobgoblin fan, so
last time I watched a pretty redhead, it led to a restraining order.
True.
But I like Odessa. I think she did great in Marty Supreme. I really like that movie. I haven't yet to watch the Knights of the Seven Kingdoms. I hear it's really, really good though, and I got to get on that. But there's just so much peak TV out right now, man, that it's hard to go back and watch shows that already came out. But I think he looks great for Beast, and I think she's got that rogue vibe. Somebody asked if she's got the booty.
She got the back, the back to back.
Does she have the butt though, Dom? That's mandatory to play Rogue. Hey man,
yeah, we're gonna see. We're gonna see that booty.
If they have muscle implants for these characters, they can put booty implants.
Well,
in
no,
there.
look, they have the muscle pants. You know, like they make the guys have muscle, so they have it in the pants for the girls.
Yeah, there you go.
You get the BBLs. Yeah,
they'll have a stunt butt for
butt enhancers.
Stunt butt. Get Megan the Stallion to come in.
Well, you know what's crazy? Really quick, you know what's crazy? They're talking about Felicity Jones.
That's a little too much.
Felicity Jones might be playing Black Cat, a version of Black Cat from the multiverse showing up in Secret Wars now. They're talking about. And Daredevil in the yellow outfit with Felicity Jones as Black Cat.
Yeah.
Hey.
Okay, here.
See what happens.
Moving on, we're getting closer to Spider-Man 1000. If you guys read this week's issue of Amazing Spider-Man and you've been enjoying the Death Spiral storyline like I have, it's been fantastic. Amazing Spider-Man's Aunt May seemingly has a huge secret that has been revealed, and it promises to be controversial. Amazing Spider-Man 1000 is fast approaching, and Marvel Comics recently revealed that this June's issue 31 will feature The Talk, a story that turns Peter Parker's world upside down following one of the biggest revelations in the character's history. However, thanks to the ongoing Death Spiral storyline, we may have figured out what that is. In the events of the new symbiote villain Torment is hunting anyone related to a closely associated with Peter Parker, Eddie Brock, and Mary Jane Watson. In this week's Amazing Spider-Man 25, Torment targets another of the Wall Crawler's family members, identifying a seemingly random man as Peter Parker's first cousin. That would make him the son of Ben Parker, Peter's biological uncle. Joe Kelly's Amazing Spider-Man run has focused heavily on the idea of Aunt May being a mother figure to Peter. So, assuming this is also her child, the revelation that she gave him up as a young woman would indeed send shockwaves through the hero's world. It may be a very blatant misdirect, but fans are already speculating wildly about what this means for Spider-Man moving forward. If May does have a son, he could also be Ben's child from a different relationship, or of course, then it would massively change Peter Parker's dynamic with his aunt, especially if this unnamed first cousin chooses to become part of their life. The man is clearly older than Peter by at least a couple of decades, but beyond that, we know absolutely nothing about him. There's so much to say about this issue, Kelly previously teased. It's heartbreaking for one, some of the most honest and emotional stuff we've done. Pat Gleason delivers a powerhouse performance and captures everything I'd hoped for. It's also one of those times where you can honestly say this changes everything.
Well,
Interesting.
I haven't read it. I know you've been reading it, Matt. Do tell.
Yeah, I mean, Torment, they're in the last issue, they're chasing down Torment, and Torment is trying to kill this guy. Peter saves him, and Torment basically is mocking Peter, being like, "Oh, this is your first cousin. Did you guys grow up together? Were you friends? Did you play together? Yada yada yada." And Peter's like, "What are you talking about? He's not my cousin." You know, and the guy's like, "Did he say cousin?" And he's like, "You can't believe everything a serial killer tells you." But I'm kind of wondering if we're gonna find out that Peter's dad had another sibling, maybe a sister or another brother that had a kid, that maybe it's not particularly connected to Aunt May and Uncle Ben. Could be someone else he's not aware of. I hope they don't go the route of it being like Aunt May's and Uncle Ben had a love child that they gave up for adoption for some reason. It's like, why would they do that? Or they had a child when they were younger. Like, why? That wouldn't make any sense. What would drive Aunt May to give up a child for adoption, but yet take in Peter?
Well, maybe because of second chance. Maybe they felt
regret. Yeah, maybe.
You know, she was too young to have the kid, and then she gave it up. And then knowing that Peter's parents passed away, were killed, that they took a second chance on that, and totally forgot for 1,000 issues. Forgot who her other son was.
I mean, I think it would be more interesting to find out, like Peter find out that he's got, you know, another aunt or uncle out there that he never knew about, and May finally tell him about that, or you know, something along those lines. I don't necessarily know how I would feel about it being like May and Ben's child that, over 1,000 issues
Mary Jane is
you don't know about.
His cousin is his family, and that he's been with her a lot of time.
Like you have no pictures of this kid. There's no mention of, and all this time that she's had a kid, it's just been too painful to talk about. Like, you know, all these.
So now remember, his Peter Parker's parents were, at one point, they were considered to be spies, right?
Right.
Right. So I mean, it's quite frank that he could have a child while doing his spy work, and that they kind of hid it from the family. And then
maybe he's Uncle Ben's illegitimate child from a drunken kegger he had in college or something. Because remember, it would have to be. It's either going to be for him to be cousins to Peter. It's either going to be Aunt May and Uncle Ben's kid. It's going to be Ben's illegitimate child, or it's going to be from a different sibling of Peter's dad, because Ben is his brother. That's how the connection comes in. It's not through Aunt May. Aunt May is only connected to him through marriage. So it would have to be on Ben's side. So it's either going to be Ben had an illegitimate child that May never knew about, or he had a drunken kegger, got it knocked up his prom date. Who knows?
You know what? We know would have been a better story.
They gave the child to the church.
No, if he had a kid and they thought the kid died and grew up to became a supervillain. Like,
Aunt May cheated with the burglar, and he killed Uncle Ben in a love triangle.
Cheated with the burglar. Okay,
you think that Death Spiral?
Uncle Ben came from the no rubber era.
So who do you think Death Spiral is? Do you think it's somebody that we know?
I think that Torment is Muse. I think it's Muse, because Charles Soule is also co-writing this, and Charles Soule was writing the Eddie Brock Carnage series before it got canceled, and Carnage was obsessed with Muse. And at the final issue, it ends with a confrontation between Muse and Carnage, where Carnage wants to attach. No, he's still alive. Where Muse and Carnage wanted to attach to Muse, and Muse rejected him, but Carnage cut Muse's hand off, and in return, Muse cut an appendage of Carnage's off as well, and then escaped. So I'm kind of wondering if it's not it's Muse who attached to that Carnage appendage, and that's who Torment is. Or I've seen people speculating that Torment is actually the embodiment of the hand of Muse that was cut off and the Carnage symbiote that was attached. But I don't know, man. Like it could be anyone. I was speculating heavy on that one until the most recent issue, and then I'm kind of wavering. But I've heard a lot of people say that they think it's Kraven the Hunter because Kraven has the way Muse operates is very Kraven-esque, where he's more about stalking his prey and closing loose ends before going after.
Yeah, but isn't
because he's so obsessed with the spiral and closing loops before going after the main target.
Isn't Muse a mutant? Had a mutant ability where you don't hear him coming, like hear him like he's like if you're there, he can he sneaks up on you. That he has that power where that you can't like Daredevil has a problem hearing them because he covers his tracks of sound or something like that. Isn't Muse that character? Because I know Muse in the TV show didn't have the mutant abilities that he has in the comic.
Yeah.
I
mean, I vaguely remember that. Like, I can't remember though if that was just for the TV show where Daredevil had a hard time tracking him down, or if that's how it was in the comic too.
No, in the comic he was a mutant. He was a low level mutant, and that's what they're saying when Muse showed up in Daredevil. They were wondering if he's going to be a mutant, have the mutant powers, because obviously we know that that they came out with a female Muse, which she's going to be showing up.
Don't deny the power of the pickle. But issue 1000 of Amazing Spider-Man should be interesting. They've been cooking. A lot of people I see are going back and forth with how like into their feelings Joe Kelly's getting. But
hey, how many variant covers are they going to get with this 1000?
Oh my God, probably so many.
I know.
Probably so many.
1,000 variant
I'm
covers?
sure. I would almost put some shillings down that Mark Spears is going to have an Amazing Spider-Man variant on the 1000th issue.
Pendoza? Oh, was the name of Pendoza?
Oh, I'm sure that Panosian will have one. I'm sure that Bermejo will have one. It's gonna probably be insane.
And what's her name too? What's this girl that does all the covers?
Prison?
No, she has some good covers and bad covers. The Asian the artist.
Oh, Peach Momoko.
Yeah. She definitely have a cover.
Oh yeah. I'm sure we're probably gonna have a cover.
Someone should make Dom a Boba Fett handcrafted from a pickle.
Hey, maybe.
Pickle.
All right. From one comic to another, from Marvel to DC, DC Comics has finally shared its first look at their Absolute Robin. After months of speculation, we finally have a first look at Absolute Batman's take on Robin. Well, Robin's writer Scott Snyder took to X to officially reveal the covers for Absolute Batman 20, confirming that Robins are set to enter the story in a huge way. A lot of memes did the rounds showing a ginormous Robin when this debut was first teased, and as it happens, they were pretty accurate. However, this version of the Boy Wonder is made up of 2 giant mech suits and what appears to be a few regular-sized armored motorcycle riders. The question now is, who exactly will hold the Robin moniker in the Absolute universe? Judging by the colors of the suit, the trio on the bikes are likely Tim Drake and Duke Thomas and Stephanie Brown. As for the mechs, the one on the left side is likely Dick Grayson, a paramedic in the world, and means that their apparent leader is probably Jason Todd. That's speculation for now, but the official description of Absolute Batman 20 teases as the dust settles in the city of Gotham after the loss of Redacted, Robin enters the scene ready to hunt, and more than one secret will be revealed in this seminal issue.
It's getting crazier and crazier, Absolute Batman, and I know you love it.
These motherfuckers just get bigger and bigger.
I know. It's like how big you had Bane that was like twice the size of Batman. Now you have
Crazy.
That's crazy.
And I saw a lot of Power Rangers joke about the Robin too, like the Megazord and
Transform.
Yeah. More Pacific Rim, I would say.
Pacific Rim's a good one too. Yep. But I mean, Pacific Rim is very much inspired by Evangelion, Neon Genesis Evangelion. So could even go there too.
Yeah, Evangelion. Yeah.
But it does have a very anime feel to it. But I'm excited to see what happens. I'm interested to see if all of them are Robins, and that's kind of I start to get the feeling that we're gonna see Absolute Batman or Absolute Joker come out with his own bat suit on at some point, and that the Robins are working for him as he's gonna be their billionaire backer and all this,
I
and
love
that the
Matt's
Robins are his
speculation.
group. Why?
No, I'm just saying, I love the speculation.
That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy.
Hey man, I just read the books and then think about it a little bit and kind of see the trend on where we're heading, much like I do with professional wrestling. Like it just feels like that trend we're leading to, where we're going to have an ultimate confrontation where the Absolute Joker is going to have his own purple and green bat suit at some point. So we'll see, but
you don't think the Court of Owls is going to have some big
I think the Court of Owls are more like a freedom fighter group, because we've kind of already seen them, and I just kind of get like the freedom fighter vibes, especially with the way like they interacted with Martha Wayne being their Talon and stuff. That's kind of what I think, like a Black Panther-esque group is what the Court of Owls are going to be, but it does have a very anime feel to it though. Yes. And that's it for our news. Now we'll hand it over to Sam for even bigger news, but this time anime. Watch your ears.
All right. Big news for the last 2 weeks. Free Rent Beyond Journey's End is getting a season 3 in October 2027, which is pretty good turnaround time. This is going to be leading into the Golden Land story arc of the manga, which is kind of like the peak so far. Free Rent as a manga has been on hiatus for the last few months. So the anime is starting to catch up pretty quick. But look forward to Free Rent. If you haven't seen Free Rent, it's one of the best animes out right now. Season 1 was a huge hit. Season 2 is, it's a lot shorter than Season 1. Season 1 was like 28 episodes. Season 2 is only 12. So you got 40 episodes. Real quick catch up.
How many books for this out there?
Oh, I think there's something like 25 volumes for this. And each volume has about 10 chapters in. But this character featured here is a demon lord named Mocked. And they're making their way north through the continent that they live on. And the journey that they've been on has already taken like 2 years. They've got probably another 8 years ahead of them. But there's a lot of surprises coming up. All right. And then we'll go to the next slide. There's a dodgeball anime coming out. There have been a few dodgeball animes in history, but this one I'm looking forward to. Hono no Tokyujo Dodge Donko Dodgeball Animes teaser revealed more cast in July debut. So in July of this year, we're going to be getting some dodgeball action on the anime screens, Crunchyroll, hopefully. It's pretty awesome.
Hopefully, it has the same vibe as Dodgeball the movie.
It does seem pretty zany from the trailer. It does seem like a pretty zany.
Okay.
All right, and then we'll go to the next one. This is a quick way. This series is really exciting. Siren was a manga that came out, I want to say, in like the late 2000s, early 2010s. And it was like, it's about this guy. He's kind of in the foreground, and his name's Amamiya, and he, Yoshina and Amamiya, they go to this phone booth, and it transports them to like this weird kind of wasteland.
So they're Bill and Ted.
Yeah. It's kind of like a Bill and Ted thing, but as I come to find out, there's a lot more to it than that, and there's a bunch of other people who are also called into this into this land, and they spend a certain amount of time there, and then they come back to their world. And while they're there, they start to develop these like psychic abilities, and there's a group called Siren that gives the name to the manga and the anime. It's a really cool mystery. I don't want to spoil too much. I hope you guys dig into it, but this is going to be coming out in the fall.
My wife gets me onto some of the anime. She watches. She got me onto Dandadan. That's why I kind of some of the stuff she watches. She gets me onto that stuff. So I kind of
Dandadan is so bonkers, and it just keeps getting more and more bonkers. So
I know
it's such a fantastic manga, and the show has been really good too. It's just celebrated 5 years. Just had its 5th anniversary. Right now in the manga, the two main characters are having kind of they were kind of growing together romantically through all their adventures and all their crazy stuff. But then one of them has amnesia, and
Momo.
Yeah, and so she's trying, or Takakura is trying to figure it out, how to convince her to fall back in love with them, and they're just kind of butting heads, and it's not really working out very well. And in pure Dandadan fashion, like as soon as one thing kind of happens, the next thing is happening.
Always.
So Momo is on like a date with another guy named Gigi, who's friends with Takakura. And Takakura's kind of on a date with Aida, who's another girl, and she kind of butts heads with Momo. And they're at this aquarium museum and looking at a dinosaur exhibit, and then like the brontosaurus like turns like this, and then it comes in through, like at the panel. It's coming at the panel, and then in the next panel, he's bitten onto Gigi, and it's just taking him away. And it's like to be continued. It's like
Gigi, the evil eye. And listen, I love that show. My wife got me into that, and that's like really, I became obsessed with it. Like I'm pissed that it takes so damn friggin' long to wait to 2027 for the next installment.
Yeah, but the manga comes out every week, so you could probably catch up on the volumes pretty quickly. But I
just don't want to cheat. Like I don't want to cheat on my wife with that too, because she's waiting too, but she also went ahead on some stuff. Like it's just, I'm like, I want to see it. After it ended, I'm like, let me look a little bit to see what happens afterwards with the when the alien invasion comes in with the girl. Yeah,
there's a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, a lot of good stuff.
But this is a good series. I'm looking forward to this one. Surprised it wasn't an anime already, because it was a good series when it came out, but it's kind of short-lived as a series. So I think it has maybe 150 chapters. All right, so we had a couple of big One Piece announcements. Actually, 3 big One Piece announcements this week. Two big One Piece announcements, and then one kind of like a teaser. Wasn't really a big announcement. It was just like a look to kind of keep you interested in the project. First off, Netflix is going to be doing a Lego animation special for kind of a recap of season 1 and season 2 of the live action. But it's going to be all done with Lego.
Oh, that's cool. Lego's always fun.
Yeah, it's going to be super cool. Yeah. And then we also got the announcement that season 3 is coming next year. We don't have to wait 3 years. It's only going to be 1 year. So we'll get it sometime in 2027. We don't know when it's going to come. But they, as far as I know, they're either done shooting or they're still shooting right now. I think they're done shooting and they're just in post-production. So it could be as early as March of next year. And then there was also the One Piece update. The One Piece is the Dragon Ball Z Kai version of One Piece, where they're trying to get through the series quickly and kind of adapt it or abridge it so that it's a lot quicker to get through. All right, and then we have our manga spotlight. Manga spotlight is the last chapter, the final chapter of Chainsaw Man. And It was kind of a letdown. I'll be honest. It was kind of a letdown. It did the thing where it rewound life for Denji back to before he and Pochita united, and so it was like he had to go through life without Pochita, and everything played out without him being Chainsaw Man. And then in the very last, like the last page, Asa, who's the girl with the dark hair, Denji's like fighting with a chainsaw, like he's using a chainsaw as a weapon, and she goes, "Thank you, Chainsaw Man," and his heart like boom, like you see his heart boom, and you can see that Pochita is his heart. Pochita is still his heart, and he goes, "Chainsaw Man," and she goes, "Yeah, because you were fighting with a chainsaw." He's like, "Oh yeah," it's like, oh, okay, title drop, the lamest title drop ever. But it's funny, Tatsuki Fujimoto. You kind of have this cycle with him where you love what he's doing. Stuff is really, really highly entertaining, highly interesting, and then he hits you with something that's just like super dumb. It's just super dumb, and then you're really angry, and then he comes back and he hits you with something new. So this was it was like he got stuck, and so he just wanted out. He just wanted out. I do think that there's a way that they can continue the series, but for now, it doesn't look like there's going to be any more Chainsaw Man for a while. Part 1 of Chainsaw Man is a masterpiece. Part 2 of Chainsaw Man, kind of a disaster. So if you want a really good series, just read the first 13 volumes of Chainsaw Man. Any more than that, and it'll probably just be really frustrating for you.
Hey, Sam, any more House Husband coming out?
The anime, yeah, that's not a series I follow a whole lot. The anime, I think, is done. And I don't know if there's been any new manga. I haven't seen any new manga for a long time.
That's another one I like too. My wife got me onto that too.
It's also not on Shonen.
I think she's more trying to lay some hints on you about being a house husband instead of.
Hey, listen, I would do that 100%. Stay home from work. I'll work from. Hey, listen, don't tell me twice.
That series is really good. I really enjoy that series. So, it's about a former Yakuza who gets married and decides he's going to stay home and work. And so everything he does at home is like with Yakuza flair. And it's very formal, very honorific. It's really funny. It's really funny stuff. Like he'll take the dog for the walk, and then he runs into another guy who's former Yakuza who's also walking his dog. And then they have just kind of a crazy interaction, but it's good stuff.
It is.
All right. We've got a couple of football highlight reels, I should say. Flag football is back in full swing.
Would you have like a 2-week break, if that?
That's about a month. This is one of my favorite plays. We do a fake sweep. It gives
nice throw, nice catch.
Gives time for my guy to get downfield, and then we just throw the long bomb. A little pump fake.
Double there.
Find
nice.
A guy on a post. And then this is more of the other side of the field.
Yeah, why is there no center? What's
Yeah, that kid's got it down packed. I like how he flips the football in his hand.
Yeah, right.
Nice.
It's like his little pistol, his little 6-shooter. Spins
it he's like, that's cool, man.
Yeah, so this is 7-on-7. In 7-on-7, you can have a center, but the center is not eligible to receive any passes. And so what they often do is they just replace the center with a table, and on the table there's a 5-second clock that counts down the time for him to. Oh, look at that pull! Freaking.
That was nice.
Pull. All right, that was the full reel. What we go for?
Bri J wants to know: does anybody ever say "fuck the flag" and just tackle the other kid?
I did. There was a team like that where the coach, he was like, "Oh, all my kids play tackle. All my kids play tackle, so they're a little rough. but it's cool. It's cool. It's like, actually, it's not cool.
I played flag football, and yeah, there was issues, some brawls that happened. Yeah, just yeah.
All right, then this should be game 2, right? Yeah. So this is
that Kyler Murray?
It looks like Kyler Murray. Right?
It does. It's about to got the height on him.
So
he has some moves there, man.
He's got great moves. Yeah. Some of these guys are tremendous athletes. The problem I have is that I have 3 guys who are just fantastic athletes, and then the rest of the team feels like they don't have to do anything.
They're just kind of there.
And it's like, no, you guys, in order
Thanks
for us
for showing up.
In order for us to set up the big plays, you guys also have to make plays.
Yeah, they do, and they may not feel like it, but they are. They're opening up the airwaves for the ball to go to its target and making things happen.
Tron.
That kid at quarterback's a showboat because the way he
I'll
flips
tell you,
the
the way
ball
he just flips the ball.
Yeah.
Like, nice.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Like this, being the coach,
Tremendous athletes. Pipe down, Sam. They're 12.
no, they are really athletic kids. But I get when I'm coaching offense, I get to stand on the field behind them, and it's like playing a video game. It's like playing a video game. It's like, oh, okay, now throw the ball right now, and I'm telling the quarterback what to do, and it's just a lot of fun. It's so cool.
Sorry, guys. In the chat. I didn't mean to ruffle any feathers with the poll. I just got a new little toy. I wanted to play with it. That's all. StreamYard gave us a new little toy, and I just wanted to take advantage of it. That's all.
Listen, everybody wants me to divorce Marco, leave, and comes.
Right?
The qualified, I like the qualified. I get time to cook there too. It's the Star Wars show that the issue.
I call them. I have a set of cones, and each cone has a different color, and that's how I map out the routes. So yeah, it's kind of like that, but instead of X, Y, square, and circle, I say green, orange, yellow, red.
Hey Sam, that kid number 5 is not your kid, right? Is that your kid?
No. He's
They're all
been
his
on
kids.
the team for the last 2 years. My kid's like, he doesn't play a lot of offense, so he doesn't get on these very much. But I just moved my kid to play corner because he's really good at pulling flags. Anyway, there you go. That's it for the flag football report.
Nice. Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't include the picture of your sweet jerseys.
Test for PEDs. Yeah. Those kids. Start them young.
Yeah, we've got them on. We've got them on
Starting to be young.
a steroid cycle, human growth hormone tests.
No, what you do is you actually spike the milk.
Whole milk.
To make it
Whole.
What
My
about
kids
the
are drinking
Fidel
goat
guy?
milk.
Fidel guy.
Ryjay hasn't been around in a minute, so you got to kind of fill him in on Fidel.
Yeah, so Fidel came back in January and hung out with us for a little bit. I guess it was February, right?
Yeah, February.
It was February. Came back and hung out with us for a little bit. He has been assigned a ship. He was in San Diego. He said that he was going to be moving out, and he didn't know where, and he couldn't say where. There's a chance he's in he's kind of in the Venezuela arena, but there's a bigger chance he's on his way to Iran, or he's there now. I don't know, but he's on active duty, so hopefully we hear from him soon. But he can't really do a whole lot. Can't really communicate with us a whole lot right now. So just pray for his
America's
safety
secret
and
weapon, Fidel.
his good fortune. So. He's in.
Is he still lying?
Is he still lying? You know, he lies less. And the other thing is that he does his laundry, so he doesn't smell bad anymore. Which I was
shit,
really
he
happy.
grew up.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's a good thing that he doesn't smell bad.
That is a great thing. No, he's definitely not special ops. He is not special ops.
The Watcher says, I was behind in the stream and you guys said that there are rumors about the opening of Secret Wars. Can you give me the too long didn't read version? Let's just say it involves Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker, Deadpool, and Hugh Jackman's Wolverine.
And wait, Doc Ock is talking about, and maybe Will Smith as Doctor Strange, which from the Tobey Maguire universe. That's a lot of the rumors that are going on circulating, which is weird.
Is Fidel part of SEAL Team 69?
Nice.
Yeah, I'm sure you could say that, and it would be as true as any of the other stories he's told. So good luck out there, Fidel. Always thinking about him.
Godspeed, Fidel.
Yep.
All right, that brings us into a mega character matchup. And we have Falcon versus Scarlet Witch.
He's done.
Sam, remind the people at home about Scarlet Witch.
All right, Scarlet Witch is an 80 out of 100 for intelligence, a 20 of strength, 30 for speed, 40 durability for physical, but 95 for magical. She has a 100 out of 100 energy projection. That's one of 3 full stats she's got. 60 out of 100 combat skill, 85 stamina, 40 agility, 70 reflexes, 100 out of 100 reality warping. She's at 95 out of 100 for chaos magic mastery, which is almost 100, just shy of 100. 85 out of 100 for telepathy and telekinesis, and 100 out of 100 for hex probability manipulation.
And if drawn right, curve on curve after curve.
Yep. Yes, thank you for keeping us focused on what's important.
Dom knows what keeps the people coming back for more.
All right, and then we got Falcon. Falcon's a 70 out of 100 for intelligence. He's a strong tactical thinker, skilled field leader, excellent at reading battlefield flow. He's got a 30 strength, peak human, enhanced only by suit leverage, not superhuman. He's got a 40 for speed on the ground, Olympic level sprinting and agility, but an 85 out of 100 speed with his Exo-7 wings, which allow high-speed aerial maneuvering and rapid acceleration. Hopefully his brain doesn't get liquefied at those high accelerations. He has 45 out of 100 for durability. The peak human durability suit provides some moderate protection. 90 out of 100 agility, one of Marvel's best aerial acrobats, unmatched maneuverability in flight. His reflexes are 80 out of 100, which are enhanced by training in aerial combat instincts. He's got 85 out of 100 combat skill. He's an expert martial artist, acrobat, and close quarters fighter, trained by Captain America. His stamina is 75 out of 100 with high endurance from years of physical conditioning. His stealth is 70 out of 100 with skilled at silent aerial approaches and tactical infiltration. Tactical awareness is 85 out of 100. Excellent at multi-angle threat assessment, especially while airborne. His tech mastery is 80 out of 100. Expert user of Exo-7 wings, Red Wing drone, and aerial combat systems. I will note he has no hundreds on his chart, so he's not maxing any stats, but he's pretty close when it comes to agility.
Scarlet Witch would eat Falcon's lunch.
Oh, tell me about it.
Well, let's see how it plays out. A Hydra Splinter Cell steals a chaos-infused artifact. Falcon intercepts them mid-air, but the artifact destabilizes, ripping open a pocket of raw magical energy. Scarlet Witch arrives to contain the breach, unaware that Sam's already engaged. The artifact lashes out, creating illusions and distortions. Falcon sees Wanda as a threat and moves to neutralize her before she can activate the artifact. Wanda senses an incoming attack, but doesn't know who's striking. The misunderstanding becomes a confrontation. Falcon attacks first using the sky as his weapon. High-speed dives with high-speed dive bombs, razor wing slashes, red wings, multi-angle targeting, and smoke and flash grenades to break the line of sight. Wanda is caught off guard. Falcon's speed and unpredictability force her to defend rather than retaliate. She raises a hex shield, but Sam's mobility makes him difficult to pin down. For a brief moment, Falcon controls the tempo. Scarlet Witch recalibrates instantly. Her probability sense kicks in, letting her anticipate Sam's flight arcs. She doesn't need to hit him. She just needs to change the conditions of the battlefield. She warps the air currents, twisting wind patterns into chaotic spirals. Falcon's wings struggle to stabilize. Red Wing's sensors glitch. Sam is forced lower to avoid being thrown into the ground. Wanda's eyes glow red. You're not my enemy. Stop. Sam can't hear her. His comms are scrambled by the artifact's energy. Falcon fires an EMP arrowhead to disrupt Wanda's magic. It detonates near her, staggering her and briefly collapsing her hex field. This is Sam's best moment. He charges in with a full speed strike. Wanda raises her hand, and reality bends. Falcon's momentum dissolves into a harmless drift as gravity itself rewrites around him. His wings lock in place, suspended in a red haze. Sam struggles, but Wanda's telekinesis is overwhelming.
The end.
Wanda gently lowers Falcon to the ground, immobilizing him with a probability hex that prevents his suit from reactivating. Cool. She stabilizes the artifact, closes the magical breach, and finally approaches Sam. You fought well, but this is not your battle. Sam, exhausted but conscious, nods. He knows the truth. He was outmatched the moment she stopped holding back. Winner. Scarlet Witch, effortless once she engages fully. Why Wanda wins decisively. Falcon cannot counter reality warping or probability manipulation. Wanda can disable his flight, his tech, or his momentum with a gesture. Telekinesis alone is enough to neutralize them. Falcon's best chance is surprise, but Wanda adapts very quickly. Wanda's shields withstand anything Sam can deliver. Falcon's strengths still matter, however, his high speed and aerial unpredictability give him an opening advantage. His tactics may force Wanda to defend early. He survives the encounter because Wanda chooses restraint.
Let's be honest. Wanda put that booty on him and he folded like a lawn chair.
Oh, yeah.
Piece of cake.
That's right. Wanda's our winner. So let's find out who her next opponent will be.
Marco.
Fidel.
Apocalypse.
Oh, yeah. Okay, now here's a contest.
Yep.
Apocalypse.
Now,
That
which
should be an
version of
interesting
Apocalypse? Is it the regular version or the when he was in Egypt when he first started out?
Egypt.
It's gonna
Because you have
probably be
different.
Abin Sur.
Yeah, Mansoor.
it's gonna probably be the current
Modern
version of
version.
Apocalypse.
Okay.
But all right, that leads us into best and worst covers of the week. Kicking us off here for the worst covers of the week, we have this Nightwing 137 cover C, Martin Simon's variant.
Oh man,
Little people, big world Nightwing.
it's Gary Oldman. Gary Oldman as Nightwing.
It's Tom Cruise's Nightwing.
It's not bad. It's not bad. It's actually better than some Frank Miller stuff that's been thrown out there.
Yeah. Have you ever watched Lazy Town? It looks like the kid from Lazy Town.
Cosmic, you're trolling now, right? No way, that's a great cover. This cover is certified ass.
Damn.
Certified ass. Compared to the rest of the night.
And Dom, I'm talking about the rich kid show.
Oh, okay.
Simon's had some great covers. This is not one of them. Watcher, that rumor's been going around for quite a while now. The last couple of weeks, it's a lot of the big scoopers have been talking about it. This is going to be one of them bad covers that become expensive, maybe, but just the proportion.
Yeah, I see
Not
it.
great.
I see it.
Then we got this Jillian March variant here for Superman Unlimited 12. I put this on the bad cover just because it looks like Jonathan Kent's head is bigger than most of his body, and parts of it look like it like the cape kind of looks like it might be AI'd a little bit, but
He definitely.
Is it supposed to be a Bizarro kid?
His head would definitely get stuck between the rails on the staircase.
Exactly right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Get the butter. We gotta grease his ears.
Right, Buffy, whenever Simmons does art comic art. I want to buy stock of black ink. Yeah, there's a lot of black ink there.
It's the big head kids.
Yeah.
That's it. Like his
I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
It's not that it's bad, but when I look at him, I'm just like, God damn, that kid's got a massive dome piece on him.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
You kind of got the size of the head of the guy at my job. Looks like one of those big dome.
toothpick arms, toothpick legs, but just massive head. It looks like all of his.
You reclined as you were criticizing.
You're a poor mother.
So that your head looked extra small.
Yeah.
That guy's got a huge head. Not me though. My head's normal.
It's a virtual planetoid.
Lean in, Dom.
Then we got this Scott Hepburn versus variant on Planet of the Apes versus the Fantastic Four.
What the hell is that? Wolverine, holy shit.
Yeah. It looks like Wolverine is simultaneously farting to gas this dude back here out. And he's yelling for help.
Crop Justin.
It's a mixture of Simon Beasley and Frank Miller.
And like, this is just insanity, man.
It is.
Yeah.
How did Wolverine get involved with the Fantastic Four?
Well, he was part of the Fantastic Four. Remember Ghost Rider, Hulk, Punisher, Spidey, and Wolverine were the new Fantastic Four one time.
Yeah. Yep.
He's got the why oughta fist going.
It's like the one arm, like the one is bigger than the other.
That right arm's really been working the iron.
Yes, Dom, what the hell is this? I've been in comics like 6 or 7 months, and they're putting this junk out. Yes, it is.
Hey, listen, but never judge a book by its cover. The story
this
could be
Wolverine cover is horrendous.
Dude, that is all we do here.
Yeah.
All we do here is judge books by their cover.
That's literally the point of this segment is to judge this book by its
cover. Never judge. You're gonna go to timeout, mister.
Sorry.
Then we got this Ultimate Wolverine 16 1/100 Adito variant here.
That's pretty cool.
I love the Jean Grey on it. I think the Jean Grey on it looks amazing.
The Magic.
Wolverine and Magic both look great too. Although I feel like Wolverine has little tiny claws in here.
Compared to the claws he had in the last issue with the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
They make the claws
They kind of meld
Actually,
with the white sword.
He actually was in the pool earlier, so that's why it's kind of small.
It's cold.
I was in the pool.
It's cold.
I was in the pool.
They were cold.
His old age. Then we got this Ryan Sook variant on Battle Beast number 8.
That's pretty good.
I think this issue of Battle Beast is gonna be absolutely insane.
Have you been reading this book?
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah. If you like Invincible and you're enjoying the Invincible show, Battle Beast has been really good.
Hey, did you see those AI videos where they have Battle Beast fighting Homelander, fighting and Homelander fighting Hancock, fighting Superman?
Hancock.
Yeah, he was. It was like so. No, because there was one of the AI stories that Hancock was sleeping on a bench and he's like, take him in, and then he winds up getting his ass whipped by Hancock, and then goes like the whole different league of people and sits there and goes, "You didn't tell me how powerful he was," So it's type of shit. It's really cool.
But I like this cover
That's a good cover.
a lot.
Then
we got this cover B. Lieber-Mejo variant on Lobo number 2.
It's pretty cool.
It's like the detail on the robot and like the Krang like dude in his chest.
Mhm.
Lobo's a little wonky looking,
Yeah.
but
He coming down.
Well, it probably had a little spot.
Right. That's all right.
Yeah.
Not one
I
of
believe there is
Bermejo's
a Dan
best, but still
Panosian
good.
cover on this book too that I like as well, but I did like the Bermejo a little bit more. Just for all the detail in the robot. Then you got this I can't even pronounce this Stepjin Sepic variant
Step.
on Batwoman 2. I like the intensity there.
Yeah, what is that? Would be Sajic?
This Batwoman book, man, being part of this DC Next Level, it's been really, really dark.
Yeah.
It's going into like a lot of dark, like almost need therapy aspects of Batwoman's life. Like, I'm not a big fan of the interior art, but the story was really, really, from issue 1, was really, really like dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. You're right, Tyson. You got me. I chose it because of the skull on Lobo's junk.
Yeah, on his junk.
Absolutely. Nothing says must add to the list like skull junk. We got this cover B, Joshua Cassera variant on G.I. Joe 21. I love me
I like that.
a good Storm Shadow cover.
Yeah.
I can't wait till we start getting some Zartan covers.
There's a nice Zartan cover on was it the G.I. issue of was Hammond's
The Hammer
G.I.
Files.
Joe? Did that came out?
The
Was that
silent
this
issues?
week or next week?
No, next week. I ordered them. I ordered all. I got the all of them come in.
Yeah, I did see that there's a Larry Hammond's G.I. Joe. There's a really nice Zartan cover.
Here's a cool Zartan cover. Actually, it's pretty basic, but it's pretty cool. They have the free comic book day in May. They have the Energon universe. So they have a cover with Zartan and a Hawk on the cover because Zartan was Hawk the entire time. Good call, Sticks.
Who said that? Who said that,
yeah.
Dan?
You did.
I know.
But I love be a good Snake Eyes cover as well as Storm Shadow cover. So I had to go with the Storm Shadow.
They got a cool Snake Eyes cover coming out. Destro on the cover with Snake Eyes and a bullseye thing. So Snake Eyes is making his G.I. Joe debut, I think, in the Energon universe. Sweet.
Then we got this cool Tyler Kirkham variant on Deathstroke the Terminator #2.
That's
This has been really good. And I'll admit it, it took me probably a lot longer than it needed to realize that this wasn't his like hilt of the sword, that was like his actual gloves. I was like, why is the handle of that sword so freaking big?
Can't get his fingers around.
Yeah, and I was like, oh wait, no, it's his gloves. He's got his hands around it. Yeah, it took me probably a lot longer than I want to admit.
That's what she says about me, man. So that's a 5 point. But yeah, this is
But he does have some massive pouches.
Yeah. Dom's like to keep his hand on his hilt.
But I like this Tyler Kirkham cover.
Actually, it's cool. I like the way they drew Deathstroke. You know, it's I used back in the '90s when they had the first Deathstroke series that came out, the original one. They had is that
The 4-issue limited series?
the first miniseries that came out, the original it was miniseries and the ongoing series.
It was a miniseries.
But yeah, I like that. And then after that, I stopped. But he was always my favorite character in
Maybe I'm
Teen
thinking
Titans.
Deadshot.
You know, growing up reading the Teen Titans.
It's been a good read, and it's being written by a friend of the channel, Mr. Tony Fleece. So
Nice.
good stuff. And then I love this Godtail variant for Venom 257, part 8 of Death Spiral.
Why does it look like he got like a gator face,
It's
Venom.
very anime-ish.
anime-ish? Yeah, I like the way Mary Jane is drawn. The way she's little perky perks there.
Very perky. Very
Yeah.
perky.
I think Godtail is one of my favorite artists right now, and I think he's only going to get bigger and bigger as his careers into American comics explodes. But
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Is this the last? How many more issues for Death Spiral series going on?
2, there's one more for Amazing Spider-Man, and then they have a standalone Torment origin story for issue 10.
And then you'll find out who he is.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
And then
Pat
we got this
McAfee.
cover S. Oh my God! Please not Pat McAfee.
Death Spiral's Pat McAfee.
Velch's black and white variant on Nectar issue 2.
Oh damn! He squeezed a little titty there.
And Mary Jane is happy with the size of Venom's tongue.
Oh, you need the handful down.
Yeah,
Joe might show up pretty soon.
I know, right? Pop up.
But there's that. Now we got my first appearances of this week. There's only one. It was in Web of Venom, #1, when it first appears in Origin of a new symbiote called Passenger that has been sitting in a jar for millennia. I shouldn't say millennia, centuries.
What do you think about this
Getting
new
it-
Venom series?
What's that?
What do you think about this new series?
It's interesting. The new symbiote is actually Boomerang, so it's Boomerang in the symbiote.
In the symbiote, okay. And it's a different universe. Is it a different universe?
No, it's the same Marvel universe. It's taking place during Death Spiral.
Oh, okay.
So it's pretty interesting.
Wasn't Peter Brock? Wasn't Brock? What was the other character that actually had this outfit?
So it was Venom. Mary Jane's Venom wore this outfit in a issue where he was trying to be more likable to be like Spider-Man. And that's kind of the same thing here where Passenger is making fun of Boomerang for his old outfit, his classic outfit. Because it's like the issue starts and then right in the middle of it, we get a flashback to give you Passenger's origin story. And then it comes back to what's currently going on. So he's making fun of like Boomerang's old outfit. And he's like, well, you need to give us something that's a little bit more classic and make us look like a good guy. So he kind of takes this costume because he's connected to the hive mind. So
I know, because I know that they had a
happens.
series that they had in an alternate universe. It was Peter Brock. So it
the all new Venom had this costume for like 2 issues.
okay.
So
It's pretty cool. I like the originality of it, of the old Spider-Man costume and Venom. I do like this, and I actually do like the cover. They're using the old
Spider-Man #1 homage.
Yeah. I like this. It's just too many friggin' symbiotes, man. Now there's like so many of them out there all over the place. Like a symbiote.
I said it a little while ago, Watcher. I don't know how far behind you are, but I think Torment's Muse. That's who I think it is.
There's a cover. There's one of the covers I want from this. I seen that came out. It was like one of the store variants. Just can't remember which one. But
yeah, to me though, like I don't know. It was a good read, but for me, kind of was an oddball because it's like, well, we're still in the midst of Death Spiral, so you have Carnage right now. You have Venom out there. Are we really going to throw another symbiote? It is potentially Torment's a symbiote, so we're really going to throw another symbiote in this and give us a new Venom as character and have it be Boomerang. But I have a sneaking suspicion that this book isn't going to last but 6 issues and that this Passenger symbiote is going to somehow find its way to Eddie Brock. Because I don't think Eddie Brock's going to get Carnage back. After the events of King in Black, Eddie Brock needs to be attached to a symbiote or he's going to die. So either Eddie Brock's going to die in Death Spiral, or I think Passenger is going to attach to Eddie Brock and Eddie Brock's going to move forward as a new symbiote. But we'll have to wait and see. That's just the sneaking suspicion I get, because why pick such an odd character like Boomerang to...
You know what's funny? All the old like Spider-Man villains or Spider-Man-ish villains are getting symbiote, and there's just so many damn symbiote outfits.
Yes, there are.
It's crazy. But hey,
yes, there are.
But it's pretty cool. Different stories. Where's Toxin? Toxin still around?
Yeah, he's out there somewhere. But
he's still with the police officer.
Because I mean, you've got Flash Thompson is anti-Venom.
Yep.
You have Toxin out there still. You have Carnage, Venom,
Scream.
I forget the other one that Dylan Brock had that was like taking the form of a cat.
The space.
You got Symbi out there still, yeah. Unless maybe Symbi attaches to Eddie Brock, or I don't know, but I just feel like it's weird that Boomerang of all people is got this symbiote, and I have a feeling it's probably going to end up on Eddie Brock at some point. But
we'll see.
It's still a good read for what it is. And that's going to lead me to my comic picks this week. First off, we have Everyone Loves a Jewel Thief from Aaron Campbell. This was a surprising indie read this week. I really enjoyed it. I liked the story. I think it had a great storytelling structure. Had a nice fresh twist, kind of like the D&D players get together to pull off a bank heist type thing. So I kind of gave a brief synopsis of everything and what I thought worked for it. The great story, the fresh twist, the strong character work, and what I didn't like is that it was crowded at times with the cast early. It is mostly set up, but it's a good read. I really enjoyed it. I'm excited for issue 2. I picked it up on a whim just for something new to read that's outside of Marvel and DC, and really liked it. So I would recommend. Everyone loves a Jewel Thief there. And then, of course, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 17. I thought after Jason Aaron's left this book, it was going to drop off, but Jeannie Lun Yang and Freddie E. Williams II have been killing this book. This arc has been really emotional.
That's
with
cool cover.
The return of Splinter and now the return of their mother, and all the craziness that's going on there. Love this Mark Spears cover, man. This is probably by far my favorite Mark Spears covers. He had a dog shit cover 2 weeks ago on I think it was Batman Superman book, which is real awful. But this Mark Spears cover is amazing. I want this. He's selling a Virgin signed of this cover that I want to get. But I don't want to spend $65 on it. So, but I love this Mark Spears 2 Earls cover. And then we got Amazing Spider-Man 26.
I like
Spiral. I've kind of talked about this a lot. I like this Moreland Bermejo cover here. I'm really enjoying Death Spiral. My problem is I'm afraid that Death Spiral is going to fall in the same tropes that we're getting with most events, is that it starts out strong and then doesn't stick the landing. I feel like with 10 issues, even though this was originally 9 and they added the 10th to be Torment's origin story, I feel like wasting the first 4 issues on setup is really going to make the rest of these next couple issues feel rushed and the ending feel really, really rushed and not make sense, or it's going to leave a giant cliffhanger for another event or potentially a future Torment.
See, I like Moreland. I like his character. Freaking the totem vampire. I like that.
Yeah, I think the Peter Carnage stuff is 27. I think you're right, Watcher. You should be reading Amazing Spider-Man right now because Death Spiral is very much worth it. It's been really, really good stuff so far. Because, this issue, if nothing else, I've got to credit this issue for finally getting Peter Parker, Spider-Man right. Like, he was off-world, and now he's back on Earth, and they're finally getting him under control, where Marvel's kind of been dropping the ball with him lately. This issue really kind of reestablished
Norman Osborn and Ben Reilly doing now after they took over for Peter Parker?
They haven't really focused on them much because it's still like the whole start of Death Spiral has been Peter trying to kind of put his life back together and figure it out, because people were looking at him cross as Spider-Man because of how vicious Norman was. And then also as Peter, because Peter wasn't returning phone calls. He was pretty much dismissing everybody. He had a huge falling out with Mary Jane and a huge falling out with Aunt May because of Ben Reilly portraying him as Peter Parker. So, yeah, but it's been really, really good. And of course, Transformers 31. I like that this issue is a lot more heavy character focus on Megatron, and you kind of get this deep dive into Megatron, and it's kind of
find out that he might be transforming into.
Yeah. Go ahead. Who do you think he's transforming into?
Galvatron? Mm-hmm. Could be. You know what I'm saying? That's his evolution to transform the Galvatron. But if it does happen, I think it happened too quick. I still think
I agree.
I think, I like him as Galvatron, but I like Galvatron being a separate entity. I'd rather have Galvatron show up with other Decepticons to fight for command. Coming in there, he's more of the elite. He's been off world, someplace in another universe. Because listen, Transformers can get wild. It could be other universes. It could be another friggin' realities, stuff like that. But hey, if they go that route, they go that route. But we're just getting to know Megatron. I actually thought that Megatron was going to get picked up by the Decepticons and transformed to a tank, because he hasn't transformed. He transformed to a gun, and he's been a tank. And because now that G.I. Joe is crossing over with everything going on, you would think that you get the vehicles transformed now for Cobra and stuff like that in G.I. Joe. But
I mean, I just like I like that this issue 2 kind of gives you a different look at Megatron, and it shows him not just as a tyrant, but you see, you know, that he's shaped by pain and control and obsession and just different layers to Megatron. So I really am loving what Robert Kirkman's doing with this Transformers book. So I have to.
I actually like this better than Alita Prime, than a freaking Alita 1 becoming Alita Prime. The way they did, you know, and I understand what the story's about, but it just, I don't know. You know, now you're going to transform Megatron to something else, and now Optimus Prime is different now. He's he's back to his old self. He's not a Prime anymore. Like, I don't know. Hey, listen, like I said, I do have a lot of hope with this whole series. It's been good.
It's been fantastic.
Really good, fantastic ride, you know, and I'm looking forward to the future installments of this. And Masks is going to be coming out in June. You know, maybe we get Inhumanoids down the road. You know, it'd be kind of cool that be part of Cobra La, the Inhumanoids. You know, because Cobra La is going to have a big saying. And I love the Roy Void Arrival books that have Pantona on the covers. They have some really good ones, the 1 in 25s, the 1 in 50s. I kind of like that. And looking forward to this. These books are all going to start jumping up in value in 2028 when the animated series does come. So hopefully it can't come quick enough because I want to see that finally G.I. Joe and Transformers in the same screen.
Dom's playing the long game.
Yeah.
Watcher says, I saw a rumor someone said on a pod that the new status quo for the ASM books is going to be Peter and Felicia and MJ and Flash. I don't know about Peter and Felicia, but MJ and Flash is something that Joe Kelly keeps teasing and trying to pull the trigger on, but hasn't done so yet. So that's definitely a possibility, especially now that they killed in the last issue of Venom, probably the most hated character in Amazing Spider-Man. So
hey, listen, we still don't know what MJ's new boyfriend in Brand New Day is. That Paul?
Yeah, right. Who knows?
Bring Paul into the TV show.
But that's our comic. That's my comic picks of the week. I would definitely recommend checking those out. Now we're gonna hand it over to Sam for which song
Sam with the plan.
Sam sing better this week, and he's given us 2 options by the same performer with a little bit different takes on them.
All right, so we got 2 CeeLo Green hits.
CeeLo Green. Why does he look smaller there than he does in person? Like when you see, he looks different there.
I mean, he looks little every time.
He looks little for some reason in that picture. Yeah.
So yeah, Crazy by CeeLo Green, and then
F you.
F you by CeeLo Green.
The nice
Fuck you.
All right. So I'm also gonna go. Did kind of a lot of screaming at the football game this morning, so I'm gonna spare you guys and just kind of go a little dramatic reading here.
Tyson said Ed's having an extra long conversation with his wife.
All right, here we go. And scene. I remember when I lost my mind. There was something so pleasant about that place. Even your emotions had an echo in so much space. And when you're out
having
there,
a conversation with Shatner,
without care,
Shatner,
I was out of touch. But it wasn't because I didn't know enough. I just knew too much. Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Possibly. And I hope that you are having the time of your life. But think twice. That's my only advice. Come on now. Who do you think you are? Bless your soul. You really think you're in control? Well, I think you're crazy. Just like me.
that could be a good monologue for your acting debut there, Sam. When you go on auditions, and they want you to have a piece ready. There you go. Just a dramatic redo of CeeLo Green's Crazy. Green. He's no Afro, man.
You got that right.
Bombs, lemon, pound cake.
All right, this one I could probably sing it. I see you driving around town with the girl I love, and I'm like, fuck you. I guess the change in my pocket wasn't enough. I'm like, forget you and forget her too. Said if I was richer, I'd still be with you. No, that's some shh.
Hey, Greg, I sent you a message on Twitter, dude.
And all those, there's pain in my chest. I still wish you the best with a forget you. Look here. All right, look here, I'm sorry. Can't afford a Ferrari. But that don't mean I can't get you there. I guess he's an Xbox and I'm more Atari. But the way you play your game ain't fair. I pity the fool that falls in love with you. That she's a gold digger. Just thought you should know. Oh, yeah, I got some news for you, yeah. Go on, run and tell your little boyfriend. I see you driving around town with the girl I love. I'm like, forget you. I guess the change in my pocket wasn't enough. I'm like, forget you and forget her too. Said if I was richer, I'd still be with you. No, ain't that some shh? Ain't that some shh? Although there's pain in my chest, I still wish you the best. I'm like, forget you.
Nice. Good job, Sam. Nailed that. That's the spirit. That's right. Sam's wife said, if you want to have any shot at making baby number 8, you better belt this. And so Sam had to let it rip.
Got carried away.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you know, up next, I decided to throw a little curveball. Everyone, after the week I've had with Kyle's passing last Friday and just dealing with that, I really want to make sure tonight was extra funny. So I decided to go back to the well and take another trip to lowered expectations.
Woo!
We got some good ones this week. I'm going to remove this and reshare just to make sure the audio is there.
There you go.
There's some lowered expectations. And we have a cameo in here by a Renovision celebrity's dad. So we wait for that one. But first off, we're going to learn about Big Mike. A little bit of Big Mike action here.
He's trying to steal your look, Dom.
Oh.
I'm also known as Psycho
He is also known as Psycho Mike.
Flannery. I'm also known as Psycho Mike, owner of Psycho Mike's Beach Body Shop on Venice, living in Van Nuys. Yeah, I'm looking for a date, girlfriend, wife, long-term relationship. I mean, I'm looking for somebody who likes me for me. Somebody who not only understands Psycho Mike,
Fat down.
but she understands Michael Flannery.
It's not.
How would I describe myself? Physically as a work in progress, as are we all. We're all works in progress. So the key to a good relationship with Psycho Mike is dealing with Psycho Mike. Nothing gets in his way. I mean, relationship, what, you know, don't ask me, do you want an omelet? Make an omelet. Make an omelet. All right? Psycho Mike is impervious to emotion.
Looks like he still's got
These emotions are
He's
for the weak.
talking about himself in third person.
He thinks that there's no such thing as good things or bad things, only things. And it's your reaction to them that determines what's good or
How
bad.
Mike you can be.
My name is Michael Flannery.
All right, that was Psycho Mike.
Psycho Mike.
Michael Flannery.
Give it up for Psycho Mike.
Michael Flatley.
Next up, we're going to hear from Skip, a.k.a. Marco's dad. Look at that deep V on old Skip there.
He's halfway into the porno scene. He's
Ready for Baltimore.
Let's hear what Marco's dad's
Skip
looking for.
Wormsley, U.S. Army 3rd Infantry, retired. Was medically retired because of
some non-medical issues, some drug-related issues. Cleaned up my act, moved out here to the West Coast, looking for the woman of my dreams. Like I said, they call me the Worm for a reason. You know, I'm not just a mustache, but for a nickel, you can ride it. So I'm a
Mustache ride
big
for
boob
Nick.
guy. Well, I can do push-ups all day, with or without a partner.
What?
Three words to describe myself:
Hold up
hostile,
there.
mobile, and agile. I do not believe in love at first sight. I believe that something like love needs to be developed over the first few hours of a relationship, where you show that you're financially stable and that you know how to handle your business in the sack. Do I believe in a soulmate? No, I do not. I'm strictly a Caucasian dater. Hot oils, strong thumbs, Hawaiian music. These are all things that
Strong thumbs.
at a level of frequency that
Like that kung fu grip.
experienced in Hanson Hut. Get a little emotional thinking about it. But,
I love the
What a minute.
aggressive sit position.
Jeannie
he's
said,
got
"Hey,
there.
Skip,
Look at
Mr.
my
Wishes,
jaw.
what do you want? A couple titties? I don't have a family."
That was not
No shit.
Ladies, that's what
Yeah, that
makes
was Joe. Couple titties.
I can't think of anything else.
I love the slow pan out as he's
my name
doing
is
the chest
Theodore
bounce.
Skip Wormsley, U.S. Army
There it
clothing.
is. There's Skip, aka Marco's dad. For 5
Bottle
cents,
oil.
you can get a mustache
Long
ride.
thumbs.
Oh,
Just
Hawaiian
Double
music.
yeah. Yeah, like when he says titties, and he stops.
Brian J says, "I'll bet my life Skip never used a rubber in his life."
Let me tell you, I have a motto: hot oils, strong thumbs, deep V.
Next
God.
up, we're gonna meet
Linda.
Linda.
Pleaser, but I
Pleaser
would
what?
like to please somebody a little bit. Hello, I'm Linda Ho. Well, I'm looking for someone who I guess I
Linda
would
the
say
Ho.
5'5", maybe. You know, nothing's better than having a
I'll call my bed
cherry
the
Coke,
workbench,
Coca-Cola,
Skip.
and cherry. You have to mix it up. That's when a Slurpee is the best. I also don't like to fold laundry. I love to wash, but folding is not a thing. And one of my guilty pleasures is watching really, really old movies, like The Enchanted Cottage, where these two ugly people get together. But in the Magic Cottage, they're beautiful. But all their friends and family still see them as kind of creepy. And their best friend is blind. Relationship deal breaker is quoting, historical people, telling me what kind of scotch you drink and the brand. Have you ever done this where you will be with your friends or a couple
Sonic
and you
coin,
immediately,
oh my
they look like lovers. I get uncomfortable because I'm like going, when they go home, they're gonna, and I don't picture that for myself. I'm not a people pleaser, but
That's
I-
Linda.
would like to please somebody.
She wants to please somebody.
Please, somebody.
Good
And
God.
Brian J's all board. He said he definitely knocked the Sonic coins out of Linda.
The rings, Sonic rings. Bling, 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 bling.
Oh,
Next up, we're
Oh.
gonna hear from
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
My name's Lindsay. I'm a light smoker.
Out there. My best qualities are I love rats. I love pizza. Don't tell me what to do.
Are you a
A
Ninja
guy
Turtle?
that I want is a guy who likes hugging more than kissing. Group dates sound good. I can bring my friend Barbara. Barbara's my best friend.
Barbara says that's
I
like
love
500 pounds.
impressions. Hey, who am I? I do not want a family. I want I like my family. My family is fine. They're funny. They don't touch me a lot. I don't want big muscles. Get out of here. What am I? Dating a Marine? I want a little guy. I want a small little guy. Someone who I can bring home to my parents and they like him and see, okay.
How do you
That's a
feel about a
guy.
quadruple
I
NPC?
have a best friend. Her name
That's
is
a
Barbara.
guy.
I hang out with her a lot. Hey, guys out there. My best qualities are I love rats. I love pizza.
There you go.
I love
There's
rats.
Linda.
First of
Rats
all,
and pizza.
rats. It's great.
rats
Come to
up.
New York City. You'll love a lot of rats.
I'll definitely
I might
avoid
love you.
Lindsay. She's a walking lawsuit.
You're not gonna diddy
I
me.
love rats. I love pizza.
And to close us out for lower expectations, we're gonna meet Danny.
You guys ever heard of the band Nirvana?
A girl with some style, someone that can go around town. Well, I play bass, trying to learn the keyboards, man, but it's tough, going like that. Well, I'm in between bands right now. I was a part of the Power Slop trio, but, we didn't do so good. My best
Power Slop.
qualities. I'm starting my 9th semester at community college soon. I believe firmly the key to a good relationship, man, is just whenever you get into a fight or whenever you don't agree with something, just bail, man. It sounds corny. I know, I'm a romantic. Do I want to have kids? Yeah, I think that could be fun, man.
I like how his
As long as
voice
the
went up
wife and
like
kids
6
are okay with
octaves.
me not drinking and partying and rock and rolling all night, just every night, and then like working about 1 or 2 days a week. As long as that happens, man, I can't wait to meet you. Obviously, I need a girl with some style, someone that can go around town. Well, I play bass, trying to learn the keyboard.
He's trying to learn the keyboards. But that's been lowered expectations. And that's going to take us right into our final segment of the night. Going to roll into the segment that has everyone saying, I don't want to talk about chicks and hot dudes and chicks. I want to talk about comics. We're going to talk about misconnections.
Steve Lyproshin.
I'll do it. Looking for tools to clean in Riverton. I am old cowboy, bored and looking to give free tool clean and polish. You must host or make plans where tools can be cleaned. Polishing is also free and maybe short-term storage and shed is possible after 3 p.m. till 8 p.m. weekdays and most times in weekends till 8 p.m. I do great job and might clean it more than once if asked. I swallow all juices and a mess clean up after polish is done.
Ooh.
Yeah, the Sticks show got canceled. We let one Sticks show happen, and after about 16 blank slides, the Sticks show had to get canceled.
That was not my fault.
We're not doing that anymore.
Community service guy, Woodland Hills. I'm the grandpa-looking guy. You, the young man that came into my store and needed help with your equipment. Great fun. You told me guys are better at this than women. Please come back. I would love to finish off again. Thanks. Send pics. Are your equipment for verification?
Hey.
Sticks, you're on mute.
One-Handed Wonder, Baltimore. Has anyone seen Head Mistress Michelle, the one-handed wonder of Hartford Road? Haven't seen her in a while. Hope she hasn't OD'd.
Damn.
Oh, jeez.
Okay,
Checking on your friends. Always checking on your
Prayers
friends.
for Head Mistress
Exactly.
Michelle. Prayers for
That's
Head
close.
Mistress Michelle.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I was gonna wonder. I was kind of wondering if you guys maybe have seen her when you went to Baltimore or not.
Yeah, and she was hiding. All right. Fit guy Clinton. After the gym at Planet Fitness in Clinton, I'm looking for a grandpa or an older dad type to suck me off naked in his car while I'm all sweaty. I want him to milk me slowly. I'm 25. Hey.
Listen, first of all, I doubt you're a fit guy because no fit guy works at Planet Fitness.
Planet Fitness. Judgment-free zone.
Planet Fitness pizza in my mouth.
Yo, pizza and bagels on Monday in Planet Fitness.
That's how they make sure you're a returning customer.
Yeah.
Lost my contact info for my panty lady in Rock Springs. Hello, panty lady. If by chance you see this, please get back in touch with me. I lost your contact information. It was last July, last to seen you. But anyway, I'm in need of some of those lacy ones you had wrapped around my face. I miss the smell. Thank you.
Nice. See, I guess what he's talking about, the lacy ones that you missed the smell, wrap around his face. You take it, pour soda in it, open your mouth.
Oh God.
always during Lent too, I bet.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah, Brian J's right there with me. Just sick Dom. Tyson's on board. Tyson's like, Dom knows. Dom knows what's up. All right. Well, that's it, guys. That's our show this week. Thank you everyone for hanging out with us. I hope you guys had a good time. Sticks is just like, I'm out. Sticks had enough. Sticks was like, that was enough, Dom. You have seeded, I don't know what I'm looking. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but Sticks left because Dom just grossed him out.
You overwhelmed him.
Buffy says now we need to send Dom back to the qualified. But yes, you overwhelmed Sticks.
I'm sorry.
Tyson said Sticks was like, fuck this. Yeah, Sticks is left.
Yo, he bolted like really quick, man.
Very good.
But that's our show for this week. Thank you all so much for hanging out. If you guys want more, make sure to check out Dom tomorrow night on the Star Wars channel, where I'm sure they're going to probably be talking about more. Are you guys tomorrow night or wait until Monday?
No, it's going to be tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
I think Marco's still trying to figure out, after the debacle of the that Monday, I think just wait for the Sunday, and then we'll just talk about the show. Instead of reviewing, we talk about it, and that's about it. That's the easier way to do it, because everybody's reviewing it that particular day or the next night. So
there you go. Okay, well then check out Marco, Dom, and the boys over at the Star Wars show tomorrow night. Make sure that you compliment Wayseeker on his haircut. If you want more from Pete throughout the week, you can check out all his shorts on Monday, going over everything that's coming out on Wednesday, the Wednesday watch list. You can check out more from the boys from Double O, Marco, Bruce, and everyone on the Tack Show on Wednesday. You can check out more from me, Dom, and Sticks every Thursday night on our wrestling show Off the Mat, where this week we will be doing our match card predictions for WrestleMania. That's this coming week. You can check out more from Sam over on Triple D Dodgeball as he gets ready for his big trip to Italy this summer for his dodgeball competitions. You can check out more from, of course, as always, Dom and the boys over on the Qualified. You can see if Sticks comes back for the Qualified this Friday night after the CBSI Hot 10 list. And then that leads you right back here to us for another Saturday night filled with pointless conversation to begin with and just absolutely off-the-wall topics that will probably involve genitalia of some sort.
And midgets. Or quadruple amputees.
Or breathing through your butt.
What about midget amputees?
We like to shoot guns.
We'll find some of those too. And Gary Oldman can play them in a movie.
Cosmic says, good show tonight, guys. I felt some major chemistry tonight. Last segment was a little off, but that's to be expected. I mean, what are you going to expect with misconnections, right? Sticks, good to see you back, man.
I don't know what happened.
What happened? You took off, man. Disgust.
Wrap it up.
Yeah.
Dom has VIP status at Midtown Comics.
I wish I did, because I haven't been getting my damn book.
VIP.
My boy is leaving soon, so once he leaves, I have a hard time.
I think my sushi date is here, so I gotta go.
All right, send us out with some words of wisdom, Stam.
Hey, hold your loved ones close. We all miss you, Kyle. We love you, Kyle. Thinking about you all the time, man. The show's for you, buddy.
Definitely.
Well said.
Well said, Sam.
On that note, please, if you can, donate to the GoFundMe for Kyle and his wife to help pay for his funeral expenses. I'll drop it in the chat again. If you, for some reason, don't want to donate to the GoFundMe, please hit me up and I will get you over in contact with Kyle's wife, Nubia, so she could tell you the best place to send those donations. Don't send them here. Don't leave super chats, stuff like that. We want to make sure that the money gets directly to Nubia and Kyle as fast as possible to help with all those expenses. If you are in the greater Phoenix area and you wish to attend Kyle's Celebration of Life, get a hold of me and I can get you the information as soon as I get that as well. But yeah, on that note, we're going to call it a night. Hope you guys have a great Saturday. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you guys real soon.
Either you've got me confused with somebody else, or this is a joke.